It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
After damning politicians uphill and down dale for many years as rogues, vagabonds, frauds, and scoundrels, I sometimes suspected, like everyone else, I often expect too much of them.
You know, they used to say Abraham Lincoln got the worst press. I said, there's no way he got worse than me.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
In politics, man must learn to rise above principle.
What the hell are we doing here?
We are behaving the way a superpower ought to behave.
Well, our behavior has produced some crappy results.
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
This is how you conduct yourself in a democracy.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark, and we got a full house here. Eddie Bader, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Sky Mosley, how you doing today?
It's a beautiful afternoon.
Now, did either of you
chilly outside?
Did either of you watch that debate last night?
Watched some of it.
You did not, Eddie?
No. Saw some clips.
Yeah. Again, you probably made the wise choice. Do you think you made the wise choice, Sky?
Oh, I can tell you I did.
Definitely.
I went and had some delicious prime rib.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, don't be rubbing it in.
Oh, it was so good, too.
Yeah.
That's all LaDonna, too.
You know, I'm becoming a bit of a class warrior. I admit it with all my rants against the corporations, and I don't want to hear about your elite meal.
Let me go ahead and tell you, I got us an invite, buddy. You and I, an invite for custom-made steaks for you and I to come up there. And now you.
Well, then I apologize.
Okay, thank you.
You're a good friend.
Thank you.
Maybe you should have led.
I can't. Yeah, you're right, Scott. My bad.
Yeah, I'm just a little edgy today.
I noticed.
No, because I thought the debate was fun to watch, given what Vivek did. Would you agree, Sky?
I happened to catch the dust-up between Christie and that's where I started.
That's where you started.
That's right.
Where you come in
That's from timing, apparently.
Okay, well, how about we get right into it, because we got a lot of clips today, folks, recapping this crazy debate. And this is the first dust-up between Christie and Ramaswamy.
This is good.
Well, this is Christie, though, calling out Vivek, and then it'll be Vivek calling out Christie a little later, kind of responding in kind. So here we go. I believe Christie called Ramaswamy the most obnoxious blowhard in America, so shut up for a little while. That's, I like that. I like how Christie's like saying Trump is such a demagogue and a bully, and then he just falls right into the same pattern. But let's listen.
And then makes $8 million after, has real foreign policy experience. It takes an outsider to see this through. Look at the blank expression. She doesn't know the names of the provinces that she wants to actually fight for.
Now, we'll play that full clip later. Vivek said to Nikki Haley, name 3 of the provinces that you want to help the Ukrainians fight for to win back from the Russians.
Ukraine, and Ukraine.
Mid, Central, and South.
Oh, good one.
Maybe
North, South.
Minsk? Maybe? No, I don't think it was.
Maybe she's just not good under pressure. She's not one of those good.
Well, and then she did go Luhansk, Crimea at one point later. And he's like, no. One is Luhansk. What's the other one? Donetsk?
Oh, you're asking?
Maybe the
I'm not on stage.
Zaporizhia Oblast? The Kherson Oblast? Like any of these things? Which oblast are we going to take? Oh, we're just going to take all the territory the Russians took. How? You and what army? Because you've been funding one for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And, but we'll get to this later, but I got to get this rant out. Out of one side of their mouth, they say, our efforts helping the Ukrainian regime have decimated the Russian military. And then almost in the next breath, sometimes in the very same sentence, they'll say, and if we don't continue funding this, then the Russians are going to invade NATO countries.
Right. The old domino theory.
I thought they were decimated.
Yeah. Which is it?
Yeah, which is it, guys? Like, and it's the propaganda on this is starting to get ridiculous. But Christie didn't like that Vivek was questioning Nikki Haley's intelligence or how knowledgeable she was.
Maybe he was just hangry.
That's possible too. But let's listen in.
And there's your puppet masters right there. The donors right there that are playing her like the puppet masters.
Hold on. Let me just say something here.
Okay, Chris.
You know, his reasonable peace deal in Ukraine, he made it clear. Give them all the land they've already stolen. Promise Putin you'll never put Ukraine in Russia, and then trust Putin not to have a relationship with China. Let me tell you something. That's no
That's
reasonable.
not my deal. That's not my deal.
Yes, it's exactly what you said. You do this at every debate.
Hey, Chris, why don't you watch a speech that's over maybe more than 10 minutes? Why don't you stop eating for a moment and actually, could we not have a gentleman's debate? Could we not actually characterize one another's positions, especially on some of the most important things, in a fair and honest way? But no, you just want to trust Putin. That's not Vivek's plan. But keep going, Christie.
You say no, don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you. Okay? You say this. You do this. You do this at every debate. You go out on the stump and you say something. All of us see it on video. We confront you on the debate stage. You say you didn't say it, and then you back away. And I want to say
what I said, Chris.
I'm not done yet.
Well, this
now
is
look.
This is nonsense. This man is spewing. This man is spewing nonsense.
Let me tell you something. This is the fourth debate that you would be voted in the first 20 minutes as the most obnoxious blowhard in America. So shut up for a little while.
I'm gonna respond to that. Your version of
We're gonna let you respond to
that. We're gonna let you respond to that. I'll take that.
I want to say something else.
No, I don't want to hear it, Chris. Jackass.
I think Christie can hold his own as an obnoxious blowhard.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He underestimates
Well, and
himself
Chris, by
terribly.
your own standards, wouldn't you say Donald Trump is the most obnoxious blowhard? Or all of a sudden, if somebody questions you, and this is a theme we warned you about, if Trump somehow gets taken out, I don't see it. It's a good thing this is the last of these debates.
I hope it is.
But if something happens where Trump gets knocked out, whether it's Vivek, which I think a lot of Trump faithful would go to Vivek, but a lot would also probably, DeSantis did all right last night, and I'll play some clips. I honestly thought DeSantis and Vivek actually kind of had an alliance, whereas Nikki Haley and Christie seemed to have more of an alliance. Yeah, they weren't hitting each other, and they're actually more talking to one another and getting along in a weird way. But this is going to be the phenomenon of worse than Trump. We told you that Trump was the Cheeto Mussolini. We told you that he was Hitler 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't realize there's something much worse coming this way. We don't know if it's Ron DeSantis or Vivek Ramaswamy. Hell, even if Mitt Romney somehow gets back in the good graces of the GOP, we'll call him a Nazi too. Because we'll say whatever we need to say to win, to manipulate our dumb voters. Hey, and by the way, if you're a Republican out there thinking, yeah, those Democrat voters are dumb, so are you. Too many of you are easily manipulated by emotional appeals. That's why I'm yelling this. Way too many of you are manipulated by 30-second sound bites. Get out of the boomer-con mindset that you can understand, especially complex foreign policy matters, within 5 minutes of listening to Brian Kill Me. That said, Ramaswamy struck back. And I found it, was that a little too much?
That's fine.
Was that a little too much? Like, Daddy just hit Mommy at the dinner table vibes? I'm sorry. I don't want to go there.
We understand you're under pressures.
Yeah, right. Oh, shut up. 272-9228. If you watch the debate, especially if you have a different take than me. But here's Vivek later in response to Christie, kind of responding in kind, if you will. And here we go.
Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York. Yeah. So do everybody a favor. Just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race.
Yeah.
Hard to argue with that. Very hard to argue with that.
Right.
Because you know he's only in there to just do what he just did, just to be a loudmouth.
But actually, the person that made the biggest fool out of Christie wasn't Vivek, wasn't Ron DeSantis, wasn't Nikki Haley.
I figured it was him.
Well, yes, it was him to a degree, but actually, Christie got ignored for a while by this panel.
Oh?
And Megyn Kelly then finally asked him a direct question, like, former Governor Christie, what do you think about this? I like me some Megyn Kelly right now.
Said that you got into this race just to stop President Trump. His approval rating with Republicans is currently at 81%. Yours is at 25%. Your best state is New Hampshire, and even there, 2/3 of GOP voters say they would be angry and disappointed if you won. Respectfully, Governor, you have not stopped Mr. Trump, and voters may wonder how you could possibly become the nominee of a party that does not appear to like you very much.
Yeah, well, look, Megyn, it's often very difficult to be the only person on the stage who's telling the truth, and the only person who is taking on what needs to be taken on. I look at my watch now. We're 17 minutes into this debate, and except for your little speech in the beginning, we've had these three acting as if the race is between the four of us. The fifth guy, who doesn't have the guts to show up and stand here, he's the one who, as you just put it, is way ahead in the polls.
Said that you.
No, it's just because I speak the truth that people hate me. It's kind of a... Like, don't hate me because I'm popular, but you're not popular.
That's a nice deflection on Christie's part.
Yeah, it is. It was a beautiful night there in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where the debate took place. Beautiful display.
Did they let any students in? I never got a good
Yeah,
look
there were
at
a few
the
students.
audience.
There was actually Chris Cuomo was like, need to go change his underwear. He's like, there's a junior from Alabama about to sing the national anthem a cappella, and my daughter's a singer. I know that's one of the toughest things to do for a vocalist. And I'm like, okay, Chris, and she did a good job. But he was like way too excited. It's a junior from Alabama who's going to sing the national anthem. Like, great. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
News Nation is such an odd island of misfit toys from folks that used to be on cable news. And they're not much better, if better at all, than Fox or MSNBC or CNN.
Are they little captains of Try Too Hard?
Yeah, they come out of the debate and there's Sean Spicer, Trump's first press secretary, going, before we do anything with analysis, Chris, I just want to say kudos to News Nation and all of us here, patting himself on the back.
Yeah. Well, nobody else will, Joey. What are you supposed to do?
No, News Nation's coverage, the moderators are all right, but the coverage afterwards, thank God that whole, I got my opinions from the analysts afterwards, is dying.
The three ladies moderated, they did okay, Joey?
They did okay. I didn't love a lot of the questions.
No?
There was clearly a hawkish foreign policy bias like all these debates. This is why I was yelling earlier. Vivek has given hours-long speeches, presentations, talked about how he wants to present this, and they always mischaracterize it. And because what they're banking on is the American people don't want nuance. The American people, honestly, are sick of this. And so the American people will respond when they're barely paying attention to, you love dictators and you're just dumb. So.
That's how it works.
The beautiful thing is that's changing.
Yeah.
Because Vivek clearly won the internet. Clearly.
Now, I haven't seen any post-debate winners. Have they announced that, like last time, where they wouldn't even say?
Oh, of course, it was Haley.
Oh,
because
again?
she was so under attack.
I haven't heard anyone even talk about her. The only thing I've heard anyone talk about is Vivek and old fat boy.
Right.
It'd have been better if Vivek would have walked over there and just given him a Snickers and said, calm down.
Are you angry?
Are you hangry right now?
All right.
And Snickers could have bought these. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Great marketing, Eddie.
But
what'd I do?
No wonder Trump's leading by such large numbers when you watch, the one guy who
the
actually is
alternative?
in the same slipstream as Trump gets yelled at, and the corporate press, it really is lockstep. New York Times, Wall Street Journal, CNN, Fox News, all of them can't stand them some Vivek. It's remarkable to watch. And I think it has to do with, he's insulting or he has a woman problem. No, he disagrees with y'all fundamentally on the gravy train that you continue to ride. Said, let's go to Soldier Boy. Hey, Soldier Boy, how you doing?
Hey, first of all, I got to say one thing. Shout out to Megyn Kelly. Wow.
Yeah, she's looking great these days, and she sounded
looks
great.
Better than she used to. And they say ladies don't look better as they mature and get older.
See, and I think Megyn Kelly's doing the right thing, where she's gone independent.
Well,
where News Nation has to come to her. Please, can you moderate our debate? Because Chris Cuomo wants to do it. We don't want him to.
Hey, they should have more TV time on her. Second thing is, they should have told Christie to hit a Golden Corral while he was in Tuscaloosa.
Something. Obviously, he came in very hangry.
You know, the guy lost a lot of weight.
It's right behind him.
Really?
No, he lost. He got like the stomach stapling thing. He lost like 80-something pounds, which, that's a little too abstract. He lost the equivalent of a full-grown Labrador Retriever.
I was going to say he lost a fourth grader.
And he still looks that way.
Good for him.
And it's clear that Christie is there for one reason only, to bash Trump.
He's disruptive.
He's got higher. He reminds me of Dick Cheney's daughter. Oh my God.
Oh, Liz.
Liz
Piggy.
doesn't even think of running independent. Oh my goodness. And they have no chance in hell of getting their nomination. So why?
No, you hit the wrong button, Eddie. You cut off Soldier Boy. Yeah, you hit the on-air button, just for future reference. I watched it happen this time. Call back, Soldier Boy, if you like. But, Christie is, he's in it just as a heat-seeking missile to take out Trump, and he's failing at that.
That's why they go after Vivek so much. That's
right.
Christie's, obvious target without, in lieu of Trump on the stage.
Because you better believe, number one, is Soldier Boy. Hey, Soldier Boy, sorry about that. Hold on. Take two, put it on hold. There we go.
Would run.
Hey, Soldier Boy, go ahead.
Okay. Why would Dick Cheney's daughter try to run on the side and bash him on 60 Minutes, one of the most liberal programs that there are on CBS? And why would this guy knows no chance in hell does he have a chance of winning? He's just there to bash Trump.
Well, it's what I was about to bring up, Soldier Boy, is that whether it's Christie or it was the folks backing DeSantis initially, now backing Haley, there are a lot of very rich people in the donor class or folks in prominent positions in corporate media who thought, okay, Trump's going to do his thing, and then we'll have a primary of everybody hating Trump and giving a clear alternative. Yeah. And so Vivek coming in, essentially out-Trumping Trump in some ways, they do not appreciate it whatsoever.
Hey, did you get a chance? Who's that? Was it the senator or congressman from the Kennedy from Louisiana?
John Kennedy?
Yeah. Did you have the clip of that yesterday when he was on on Jesse Waters when they interviewed him about the presidents of the major Ivy colleges?
Mm-hmm. I didn't see this, but what did he say?
Oh, you need to play that.
Okay.
I tell you, Kennedy is the greatest of one-liners. I'm sorry, Henny Youngman. There's nobody better than Kennedy.
He's probably the most entertaining member of Congress.
I'll give him that.
Well, he made it good. Well, here's the good point about it is they asked all four of them, would it be considered hate speech because they're Jewish? But they said, this would be this, and this. He says, well, okay, if they were trans people or they're African Americans, you wouldn't have a thing about this. But because it's Jewish people, these people are showing their color and showing their cards.
Yeah.
Of these major universities.
Yeah, and it's interesting how they all of a sudden want nuance. Now, I believe in free speech. Somebody can chant from the river to the sea. Now, if you're actually harassing Jewish students on campus, shut the hell up, and you're not allowed to do that. But the same thing with anybody else. No actual harassment, no actual material threats, not allowed. That's against the First Amendment, and it's been well established for hundreds of years in British common law. But, it's interesting how selective the free speech thing becomes.
Well, you can't yell fire in a theater. You got freedom of speech, but you can't go in a theater and yell fire either, right?
Right, but that's actually not a function of government. That would be a function of property rights. Because when you buy that ticket, it's an implicit agreement that you sit at the theater and you watch quietly. You don't disrupt the show. So if you yell fire in a crowded theater, it's like, no, get out, sir.
I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody what me and my best friend did. You know that Capri Theater in Oak Cloverdale?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they have a balcony. I don't know if they still have a balcony after they refurbished it, but they had we went to the dollar store and got some. We watched them. They had the movie. Was it Snakes in the Plains or something with
Samuel?
Yeah, Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. Well, we bought some. We bought some a couple bags of plastic and rubber snakes from the dollar store, and we threw them from the balcony.
Hold on to your butts.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you never see people move and run.
Oh, I
We
bet.
got big time in trouble.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that. Well, I got other calls here, Soldier Boy. Appreciate it, man.
Something wrong with him.
What? That's a good laugh.
Good laugh till.
I mean, you don't throw them on grandma or nothing, but, you know.
Yeah, it's funny when it's somebody else.
Certainly.
Let's go to.
Can't make fun of yourself. Laugh at other people, man.
Let's go to Fred. Hey, Fred.
Break my neck. Get out of
Hey,
this.
good morning. I tell you, when I turned it off, Swami and our buddy down there on the far left were talking over each other so much I couldn't understand what either one of them was saying.
That was very
And
bad,
then-
yeah.
And then, on top of that, they panned, I guess, the left camera kind of to the side or the back, and it showed Christie's ghetto booty about a meter and a half from the lectern.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Did you just say Christie's ghetto booty?
Yes, I did.
It was like a Saturday Night Live skit, man.
Really?
He may have
Yeah.
lost some weight. He may have lost some weight, but it wasn't in the
That's why I said it,
backside.
right behind him.
The wide ends, you know.
Wow.
He could have put a card table on that thing
Poor
with a couple of glasses.
Good Lord.
Oh, it's like that photo when Kim Kardashian broke the internet again. Yeah, okay.
Jeez.
Man, he's got that shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put a tray, a TV tray, like when we were kids, Eddie, and put one of those meals on it. You know, meals to go, meals.
No, I'm sure
Anyway,
y'all
I'm
have
gonna-
seen the video meme where it's a really chunky dog, and it's some guy in the background doing commentary. That's a thick boy right there. That's a thick boy right there. Thick. Damn, boy, you thick. Somebody
Oh, I
needs
love
to
it.
throw that at Christie during a rally.
Oh,
Hey, I love it. It was Soldier Boy or one of the other ones said that he had one of those all-you-can-stand things at the Texas Corral or the. Anyway, I'm out.
See you, Fred.
Later, Fred. Before we hit a break here, tell us about the Alabama Gazette, Sky.
I'd love to. The Alabama Gazette is your hometown conservative newspaper. Over 24 years in business, serving the River region and really central Alabama proper, under the banner always of God, family, and country. That's the Alabama Gazette, and they live up to it with every single issue. It's a wonderful value for your advertising dollar. You can find the Gazette at many fine business establishments throughout the area, retail, restaurants, many others, and it's free. Absolutely free. If a store or business you patronize doesn't have the Alabama Gazette, ask them why. And remember this number, 356-6700. The Alabama Gazette, independently owned. All the writers, all the entire staff, volunteers. That's what they're all about, serving the community with real, honest, informative newspaper. The kind you remember you could hold in your hand, have that tactile feeling, no interruptions, and just read the news. That's the Alabama Gazette. 356-6700, and right now they're giving away $100 cash to 10 deserving people just because it's Christmas. That's what they're all about, the Alabama Gazette. Your hometown conservative newspaper, 356-6700, the Alabama Gazette. Give a call, the People's Paper.
There you go. Appreciate it, Sky. And, y'all are both married. When you ask your wife, how you doing, honey? What's one word you don't want to hear?
One word?
How about this? I'll play the clip. This is Megyn Kelly with Nikki Haley after the debate.
2024 presidential candidate and former U.S. ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley. Great to have you, Ambassador.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
How did you feel it went?
It was fine. Yeah, I mean, look.
That's kind of what I was thinking,
Correct, Joey.
Is that correct?
That's
It was
correct,
fine.
sir.
Yeah.
Fine means so much more.
Yeah.
And none of it's good.
None of it's good.
Yeah, fine doesn't mean fine.
No.
All right.
None of it's good.
Oh, wow. Well, we got to hit this break. More news and views. Plenty more of the stupid debate and some other things out there. Y'all stay tuned.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
I'm here with Miss Dot at the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall. Dot, the place is looking festive.
Yes, Christmas is definitely here.
I can see lots of things around here that would be great for Christmas.
The booths are stocked with everything you need for the Christmas season. And you know we enjoy your visits to see us and helping us keep up all those old good traditions and maybe starting a few new ones. But we love seeing each and every one of you.
What if somebody's looking for a special gift?
We've got the china, of course, and the crystal and the furniture, and we have the vinyl records and silver plate and jewelry and whatever else you think you want.
All right, Dot, give us those hours of operation.
Monday through Friday is 10 until 6. Saturday is 9 until 6. And Sunday is 12:30 to 4:30.
That's the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall, 425 Coliseum Boulevard. And for Miss Dot and Mr. Gary and the McDaniel family, they wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks for shopping Eastbrook.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRIEND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get on the program. Now, we hadn't heard from this gentleman in a while in the live stream, and again, it's Joey Clark live on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Joey Clark live on YouTube. But Romex Angler is back. Says, sorry, I've been missing y'all. I was on vacation at the county motel, but I'm back in my seat now waiting to be entertained. Well, are you entertained yet, sir? We're about a half hour into the show.
You ever been to the county hotel?
Motel.
Is that like the Crowbar Hotel?
I'm thinking it's like the Ripley Street Motel, just on a bigger level.
Oh.
What are you in for, kid?
Anyway,
outside.
Mark Cumby then says, Joey sporting the Mr. Rogers sweater. Today, it's a beautiful day at the Blue Water Broadcasting, huh? This is a Mr. Rogers sweater?
No, this is, I'm going to perform some choir songs later sweater.
And then Mark adds in, and the Dom DeLuise hat.
You must have the live stream to really get the full appreciation with the hat.
Can we get a little Silent Night from you?
Rip Rap saying, I'm watching to see whether the sunglasses were a fashion accessory. Dodge that faux pas. Goodness gracious, you can't do anything on camera here. Y'all are very critical. I think you nailed it, Mark. He's I guess talking about me, perfect match for a young Dom DeLuise. I don't know if Joey can sing, though. Not that great.
I don't know. Here's your chance.
I don't know any Dom DeLuise songs.
Just go with a classic. Just do
Like
a
what?
little Elvis.
Was Dom DeLuise a singer?
I don't remember him being a singer.
Comedy genius.
Right.
Well, and then the follow-up is Romex saying, yeah, but Eddie is no Burt Reynolds.
If I grew up my stash.
No, don't do that. Last time you did that, somebody made me a wood etching of Freddie Mercury.
I felt very uncomfortable. It was a medical decision I had to make.
Doesn't work for everybody.
It does not.
No.
Oh, wow. Now Gumtown John's saying Eddie is more like a fat Burt Reynolds, if anything.
How am I fat? I'm down like 30 pounds.
Christie's down 85.
Yeah, but his is right behind him. I mean, come on, I'm really down.
Heard that last night.
Yeah.
272-9228.
Maybe sell a billboard on there or something.
Again, if you want to comment, we will read it if it's appropriate here on the show. Just go to, again, Joey Clark Live on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Also available to watch on the X platform at the Joey Clark on X, or you can watch on Facebook as well. This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And they're at Montgomery Men's Health. They're ready to help you men out who might be experiencing, well, you might be feeling run down, tired, listless even, like you're just not motivated. Or you just can't feel like you want to get up in the morning. And even a low libido, no sex drive to speak of. These are all signs of low testosterone. So here's what you need to do. Make an appointment with Montgomery Men's Health, 440-3663. And it's only a $99 test. It's just a quick blood draw. You'll get your testosterone score as well as a PSA score.
Bonus.
Great marker for prostate health without the same invasive procedure you might hit once you hit your 50s. But if you do, in fact, have low T, you have a low testosterone score, they have treatments there at Montgomery Men's Health that can truly change your life. Most men after these treatments, right, fellas, experience higher energy, better gains in the gym.
Brother.
That's right, brother. Better mental clarity.
Oh, yeah.
Improved sleep patterns. You might even notice an increased sex drive.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's a lot right with it. So, again, that number for Montgomery Men's Health, 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or just go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com and be sure to tell them what you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. Scott Davis is saying, why does Joey say Vivek instead of Vivek?
You say Vivek?
And I say Vivek, like rhymes with cake.
I never heard you put the G on it. Vivek. Vivek.
I just like to say it.
Right.
Ramaswamy.
Oh, there was one weird, like Indian ethnic thing last night.
Oh?
Where, like, Mr. Ramaswamy, are you questioning Nikki Haley's beliefs in her Christianity?
Uh-oh.
And he's like, no. But I thought, of all people, Nikki should know how to say my name correctly. Ooh. But she continues to get it wrong. And you keep bringing up that her name is Nimarata, and she changed it to Nikki. And he made some comment, maybe I should change my name to Vic, and all this stuff. He goes, I'm not questioning her faith. I'm saying she's inauthentic.
Right.
And it's like, yeah. Like, oh, my. Oh, my. These two don't like each other at all.
Mm.
No, well, let's give them a chance.
There's a theory on that.
What do you mean there's a theory on that?
No, I can't tell you on the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sexual tension.
What?
No, not necessarily. They're the only one of that race in the room.
And so they gotta, like, dog each other because of that?
Sometimes that happens. One has to.
Yeah, it can't happen, I guess.
Yeah.
I hope that's not it. I think, well, here, some have wondered, what's the deal here? Is it like what you just said, or is it like Vivek's got a woman problem?
I don't think he's got a woman problem.
Well, let's listen into this
Although
clip.
he's a short man.
Yeah.
You guys have that.
Debate. She said that only a woman can get this job done. That's what she said. After the third debate, when I criticized Ronna McDaniel after 5 failed years of leadership of this party, and criticized Nikki for her corrupt foreign dealings as a military contractor, she said that I have a woman problem. Nikki, I don't have a woman problem. You have a corruption problem. And I think that that's what people need to know. Nikki is corrupt. This is a woman who will send your kids to die.
And folks, they're allowed essentially a pad of paper for notes.
Yeah.
And all that's written on Vivek's in very large letters is Nikki = corrupt.
Well, why would he say that? Would it be because a couple years ago she was broke and all of a sudden she got on some boards and now she's multimillionaire? Would it have anything to do with it?
That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
I see. Is there proof of that out there?
Well.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
plenty of it.
Plenty of it.
Actually,
yeah.
Megyn Kelly brought it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that you were worth about 80 grand, if that,
Girl, I thought
when
we
you
were
left
tight.
the UN. No, women power, right?
That's right.
Oh, if you're banking on solidarity amongst women, good luck with that.
So she can buy a bigger house. This is the problem, using identity politics.
No, but listen to that, folks, this actual line here.
A corruption problem. And I think that that's what people need to know. Nikki is corrupt. This is a woman who will send your kids to die so she can buy a bigger house.
This is a woman who will send your kids to die so she can buy a bigger house.
Her non-reaction, and I guess that's what you're supposed to do. That looks very uncomfortable.
Looks guilty.
Right. I would at least have to, whether I'm lying or not, turn and defend myself a little bit.
How
She
about
stood there
feigning
and
a little
smiled.
outrage?
Right.
You know?
But the DeSantis was funny because he was between them.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of backed up like, I'm not in this. It's between y'all.
We'll get to Ronnie D in a second. I thought he had an all right night. Not amazing, but all right. But let's keep going with this, and we'll go to Doug.
This is the problem. Using identity politics more effectively than Kamala Harris is a form of intellectual fraud. And it actually needs to end. There's our donor puppet masters wielding their puppet right up here tonight. This is how this game is played. The puppet masters put up their puppet, and I reject the use of identity politics in this party. It has been a cancer coming from the left, and I'm sick and tired of the double standards the people of this country are too. Having 2 X chromosomes does not immunize you from criticism.
Thank you.
But, man, she did bring her cheering section, didn't she?
Oh, yeah. And people cheering for Christie, people cheering for DeSantis, cheering for Nikki Haley. There weren't many cheering for Vivek.
What?
Yeah. There are some, but
See, here we go.
not really.
Here we go. We're back in another loser candidate, Joey.
Yeah. Well, let's go to Doug from Titus. Hey, Doug.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How you doing, Doug?
Joey, I'm doing great, Eddie. Joey, thank you for sharing the clips of last night's debate, because I did not watch 1 second of it, because I knew that Krispy Kreme and corrupt Nikki were just going to be, spreading their lies, blah,
Right.
blah, blah, whatever. I did want to, the main reason for my call was to plug Montgomery Men's Health Clinic.
Sure.
I went, and no ED problem, no low T. I just was tired. I think the same way that they diagnosed Eddie. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for Eddie. I'm just saying they put me on a regimen of vitamins, and my sleep has been much, much better.
Yep.
And my diet has been much, much better. I'm 61 years old, but right now, as I'm talking to you, I feel like I'm 50.
All right.
So I want to encourage everybody to take the $99 challenge and go to Montgomery Men's Health.
Well, thank you for that, Doug. I'm
Yeah,
glad
Doug.
it's working out for you, too.
It's working great, man. Like I say, my mental and physical health is 10 years younger than my physical age.
That's
I
fantastic.
feel that way. I do. And it's all because of them advertising with you, and especially Eddie. I think both of y'all went. I don't know. But anyway, I'm good to go, man. I am good to go.
Well, that's good to
Have
hear,
a
Doug.
great Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Doug sounds reinvigorated, doesn't he?
Oh, he does sound reinvigorated.
A prescription they wrote for me, but I can't get my insurance to cover it, is a week's vacation in Jamaica. My insurance won't cover that. So I don't know. I guess I'm going to come out of pocket on that one.
Maybe you get a referral.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I like the way you
That's
think.
why I have a Jamaican doctor.
By the way, what does your shirt say? Coastal Helicopters?
Yeah, our buddy Eric the dog, he was up there painting in Juneau a couple years back, I think. He sent me this.
No, I was just wondering if you become a helicopter pilot.
No, just a drone.
Just a drone, okay.
Which, it's pretty
Working your
pretty
way up,
intense.
right?
Yeah.
Hey, should we hit a break again?
Let's break.
All right. More news and views in the afternoon on a Thursday. After this, 272-9228 if you want to join in. Comment or questions. Anybody's welcome.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Do you have a cell phone or tablet that isn't charging, dying fast, or maybe the screen is damaged? Don't get suckered into buying a new one. XI Repair can fix your current device same day and in under 30 minutes. Their certified technicians fix and recover data from thousands of cell phones, computers, tablets, game consoles, and drones 7 days a week. Give them a call today at 334-777-1234 or visit them online at xirepair.com.
Hey folks, remember the good old days when Christmas gifts had us playing outdoors? Well, these days, kids only ask for an electronic device that keeps them cooped up inside. So, parent or grandparent, take charge this Christmas and get the entire family enjoying the great outdoors with a Hammerhead go-kart by Polaris from CTE Outdoor Power. Now, everyone knows go-karts are fantastic family fun, and whether it's a small kids cart, a medium-sized youth model, or a large full performance machine for teens and adults, Hammerhead carts have the quality, safety, and performance you expect from Polaris. Don't have a place to hide a cart until Christmas? No problem. Whether you take advantage of our 0% interest financing, layaway, or purchase your Hammerhead cart, CTE will store the cart through December 23rd. So call, click, or come by today and reserve your Hammerhead at CTE Outdoor Power, I-85 at Perry Hill Road and CTEOutdoorPower.com.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by JB Windows and Siding. Call Jones Brothers. You'll be glad you did.
JB Windows and Siding has what you're looking for. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. All things considered, a pretty good forecast for December for today and tomorrow. Good bit of sunshine today, still below normal on the temperature with a high around 59. Partly cloudy, chilly tonight, overnight low 38. Tomorrow, a sun and cloud mix, but we're dry, high up to about 66. That's better. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms returning on Saturday with a high near 70. Rain and thunderstorms becoming likely Saturday night into early Sunday as a front moves through. Much cooler on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
ASE Credit Union makes auto loans easy with rates as low as 4.75% APR. Apply online or visit your local branch today. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union, your life, your goals, your ASE.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. You guys are way too happy off air. Way too
Off-air
happy.
show would be the hit, man.
What's not to be happy?
I know, it's the season, man.
It's a good day.
It's the season.
It's just that there are people that disagree with me in the world, and I can't stand it.
Maybe you ought to sing
The
a song.
nerve.
I know.
Maybe Little Drummer Boy. Do you do that? We get you a little snare
I still
drum.
don't even know what's a Dom DeLuise song.
I don't
I
know
try
either.
my hand at it.
I thought he was a comedy actor.
Right. Him and Burt Reynolds.
Maybe we're thinking of someone else.
Hey, did y'all catch this part of the debate?
All three of my other colleagues on this debate stage is all three of them have been licking Donald Trump's boots for years for money and endorsements. Ron DeSantis, you've been a great governor, but you would have never been one without actually begging Donald Trump for that endorsement.
And you attacked him in your book a year ago.
Same thing with Chris Christie as a lobbyist, begging them for COVID money for his special interests in New Jersey, prepping him for the debates last time around. These people are now Monday morning quarterbacking some decision he made. I think the real enemy is not Donald Trump. It's not even Joe Biden. It is the deep state that at least Donald Trump attempted to take on. And if you want somebody who's going to speak truth to power, then vote for somebody who's going to speak the truth to you. Why am I the only person on the stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job? That the government lied to us for 20 years about Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11. That the Great Replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform. That the 2020 election was indeed stolen by big tech. That the 2016 election, the one that Trump won for sure, was also one that was stolen from him by the national security establishment that actually put up the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that they knew was false. There's a reason why I'm the only person on the stage who can say these things. That's what it's going to take, not people who are licking his boots one time and now Monday morning quarterbacking and criticizing him when it's convenient.
Wow.
You know, I hate to say this because I don't want to discount him at all, but he really reminds me of the Ross Perot moment. Where he's the only guy up there speaking truth to you and me.
Yeah.
And no one can deny it, but unfortunately we're not going to take him serious enough.
Well, and I've noticed that clip in particular. There are a lot of folks who are very conservative, a little skeptical of Ramaswamy. Where did this guy come from? He came out of nowhere, which I think is justified. There's one guy on Twitter that follows who's a great fan, Kalen. He said, now Ramaswamy just knocked that out of the park, that clip in particular, and he did.
I agree, but I remember Ross Perot on stage just breaking things down for, and I hate saying it, but our basic education general public. and he put it down there where the goats could get it. Everybody wanted to vote for him, but people were too scared to pull the trigger for him. And in the end, I think he kind of they bashed his campaign.
What is it with Vivek? People they say he's a plant, or he's not.
I think those are easy suspicions to put out there.
Get it.
He's not an American. He's not white. He doesn't look like me. He's a vegan. He's not a Christian.
But he's some kind of government plant or agent or something. He's not what he appears to be.
He didn't even vote Republican for the last 20 years. Isn't that to his credit?
Right.
Exactly.
Right. I still want to make a time machine so I can go back in time and kick myself in the pills, right there in the stones, for voting for John McCain.
Well, not only that, the Bitcoin thing too. You make sure you go back.
Yeah.
And do
I'd
that
be a
one, too.
multimillionaire
I know,
right now.
but
dadgummit. But
Careful
yeah,
what you wish for.
it wasn't just Vivek. DeSantis had some very good moments last night. I thought this one was, I'd say, pretty good. Hold on. They imported mass numbers of people
who reject their culture. Europe is committing suicide with the mass migration, and it's illegal and legal. Nikki Haley said the other day there should be no limits on legal immigration, and that corporate CEOs should set the policy on that. There needs to be limits on immigration, and we should not be importing people from cultures that are hostile. So, for example, I said with the Gaza, you had some of the squad wanted to import 300,000 people from the Gaza Strip. I said, no, we're not taking anyone from Gaza because of the anti-Semitism and because they reject American culture. So we've got to get smart about this. We cannot let the United States be like Europe. So it's not.
Good point.
No, it's a good point.
Solid.
I thought he was pretty solid throughout the entire night, talking about taking on the deep state, too. Now, I don't believe DeSantis in the same way I believe it when Trump says it, or certainly when Vivek says it. But
why is that?
I don't know. There's something about it. Well, here's what's throwing me off. At one point, I don't have the clip of it. Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis started getting into like who had the Wall Street donors, and everybody was knocking Haley for going and meeting all these multimillionaire, billionaire types.
I saw that.
She was constantly getting hit for how's Larry Fink's backing or whatever. DeSantis brings this up. She goes, "Oh, Ron, you're just mad that they started back when in this race backing you, but they're now backing me." And I'm like, that's not exactly, especially to the new populist movement, a feather in your cap.
No.
But no, I think, again, to make the point, there are a lot of very rich people in the donor class, very powerful people within, say, media circles that thought we can back DeSantis with plenty of money and he can be our not Trump option. And then all the other folks can, dog Trump out for this. And it just hadn't worked. Hadn't worked at all. And I think there are a lot of folks, a little peeved about that at this moment. But 272-9228. Let's go to East of the Rockies. Hey, East.
Hey, good afternoon. I knew I could trust you to give us a digest of what happened last night. Here's my question, though, just deviating slightly. How come we're not hearing more talk in the media about the shooter in Las Vegas?
Ah, good question. He was denied a professorship.
Oh, really?
That was the story they put out this morning, yeah. Killed 3 people. Yep.
And injured a couple others.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not, they were wanting him to be, I guess, like have a Leonard Skinner flag in his garage and a NRA hat and all that.
Didn't quite fit that profile.
No, it doesn't look like it. And I'm just curious. I get tired of this, man. We need the straight dope on this business and not just the. They're going to have a party in the street with ticker tape and everything if one of the conservatives do go nuts and shoot up something.
Oh, it just doesn't need to happen. It's awful.
No,
Absolutely
it doesn't. It doesn't, and that's no way to solve anything. But I was just curious. I waited all morning, listening off and on to different shows and heard nothing. Not even anything from the news feed. So it's like, okay, I knew I could depend on you guys to dig around a little bit.
Killing the ratings for the debate by nobody has to watch it. They just listen to the show.
Right.
True.
Happy to do that.
True.
Yeah, News Nation, I'm watching the panel afterwards, and I'm like, God, this is not good.
Yeah.
At Chris Cuomo, it's like you got a little like motorized thing in your pants somebody's controlling. Like, calm down.
Wait a minute.
man.
What? Who was the lady there on the far left that was? She looks like a librarian telling everybody to be quiet. You know that kind of thing.
Yeah. I noticed Vargas, I think is her last name.
Is that her name? Yeah, I've never. I didn't recognize her, but boy, I was. You know.
Now the panel before, there was a lady, blonde lady, with a strong jaw named Scotty, and she was like, by the way, I just got to point out, we've got an all-female panel tonight. And this just goes to show, especially for conservatives and Republicans, that like women and feminist issues aren't just a thing of the left. And it's like, really, lady?
Can I ask the question?
Can we stop it with the identity politics?
Were all three of them really ladies? Just throwing it out there in the world we live in today.
Well, I would say to all of
really
them, all of you are very pretty, but were you born a girl?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
That do it right there.
Yeah.
Well, and that the Vargas lady, she's the kind of lady that would yell at her kids to brush their teeth and go to bed next door, and I would go in and brush my teeth and go to bed if I heard her. I mean, that's
wow. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, just tough. Anyway, thanks for the show. You guys are great.
Hey, thank you, East. Take care, brother.
I only tuned in last night to the debate, partly because it was in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
And I was just hoping that they would ask the panel, hey, what do you think about Florida State getting left out of the playoffs?
That'd be a good
and then we
question.
get some real honest answers right there.
Did
Find
anybody-
out where the candidates stand.
Did anybody throw out a roll tide at any point during the debate?
Didn't get that either.
I kind of feel
Very
like they did, and
disappointing.
they had people sitting on the button ready. Yeah, come on, Scott.
Well, I can't remember
you
the,
Alabama fans. Come on.
I can't remember the official name of the hall there. It was their brand new music hall, though. And it very nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's pretty. Auburn's got some good new buildings too. But like, I have not been in that new music building they did the debate from. I'm like, wow, that's impressive. That looks great for the University of Alabama. The campus looked great on TV.
Good deal.
No, it was a big deal
Wonder
for
if
the
that's
state.
why they got
I
in
would
the
say.
playoffs. Maybe something was.
Shut up.
Just kidding.
Anyway, this part of the program brought to you by Dylan Rings. And Eddie, it looks like you've looked at the same Facebook post as I.
It's a beautiful man.
Now, usually when you think jewelry, you might think the ladies.
Of course.
Things like engagement rings
Right.
or getting out of the doghouse or
Yep.
an unexpected gift at an unexpected time.
Get you out of the doghouse.
Right. Or maybe you and your wife are the type that want matching funky fresh
Oh,
medallions.
yeah. A lot of people want that.
But don't leave the fellas out. And, of course, they do watches and these sorts of things. But what we're looking at here on the Christmas sale going on right now at Dylan Rings, just go to their Facebook page. It was posted about an hour ago. It's 4 different diamond rings, men's diamond rings.
Okay.
Diamond rings designed for men. Each of these 4 are under $500.
Oh, nice.
These are remarkable. Honestly, I've never thought about getting a diamond ring as a fella.
Yeah.
There are a couple of these that I wouldn't mind wearing, actually. These are beautiful, folks. And it's just a sampling of these amazing sales they have going on all the way up until Christmas. Only a few shopping days left. It's going to be here before you know it.
Oh, yeah.
From 10% all the way to 60% off there at Dylan Rings. Of course, you can always go to DylanRings.com. Or again, go on Facebook or Instagram to see some of the special sales, get a little sample of what they've got going on. But the best way to check out these sales, the best way to check out their selection there at Dylan Rings is stop by the showroom, 119 Brown Springs Road, right here in Montgomery. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie Ryder that Joey and Eddie and Sky from News and Views in the Afternoon sent you. Now, next hour, we're going to do more media reaction.
Okay.
But it's going to be kind of a controlled experiment. We're going to do the clip of Ron DeSantis with Fox and Friends, including Brian Kill Me.
Your best buddy.
And then we're going to do Vivek Ramaswamy with Fox and Friends with Brian Kill Me.
I see.
All right.
It's just interesting how...
A different treatment or something?
Well, isn't it wonderful how politics brings us all together?
Or something.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. House members have voted again to punish one of their own, targeting Democratic Representative Jamal Bowman for triggering a fire alarm in one of the U.S. Capitol office buildings when the chamber was in session. The Republican censure resolution passed with some Democratic votes. More than 1,000 workers at Volkswagen's Tennessee factory have signed cards authorizing a vote to be represented by the United Auto Workers Union. The union says VW's pay lags behind what workers make it. UAW represented auto plants. The factory in Chattanooga employs about 3,800 people. And LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels is the Associated Press College Football Player of the Year. The Dow is ahead 77 points and the NASDAQ adding 178 points. This is SRN News.
Donald Trump's indictment proves that saving America is not going to be easy. There are entrenched powers that are fighting this with everything they've got. They want to keep control over the country, the narrative, and the nation's money supply. Hi, I'm Lance Wallnau. I'm a news analyst, a Christian author, an evangelical leader. I speak to millions of people every week, people just like you. You see, what the elites are doing is using inflation and government handouts and now central bank digital currencies to determine how they're going to control America. And that's why I recommend all Christians start a gold IRA from the Birch Gold Group. Because physical precious metals are one of the few ways you can maintain control over your own savings. To get a free info kit on gold IRAs, text the word FAITH to 989898. Birch Gold Group is the only gold company I trust. Get their free info kit and you'll see why a gold IRA can help you. There are no strings attached. Text the word FAITH to 989898 and you're going to be blessed by taking action right now.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. All things considered, a pretty good forecast for December for today and tomorrow. Good bit of sunshine today, still below normal on the temperature with a high around 59. Partly cloudy, chilly tonight, overnight low 38. Tomorrow, a sun and cloud mix, but we're dry. High up to about 66. That's better. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms returning on Saturday with a high near 70. Rain and thunderstorms becoming likely Saturday night into early Sunday as a front moves through. Much cooler on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors & More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors & More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey Publix.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Montgomery Police Chief Daryl Albert delivered a special announcement Wednesday afternoon to detail an operation to crack down on speeding on I-85 in Montgomery. The recent 10-day operation to issue warnings and tickets resulted in a 50% reduction in crashes along the interstate. After years of preparation, the 187th Fighter Wing has received its first F-35 Lightning II fighter jets at Danley Field Wednesday. The Red Tails are preparing to receive a total of 20 F-35s over the next 5 years. The wing is projected to be fully operational by 2026. A new distillery is coming to Pike County that will provide dozens of jobs. Conecuh Ridge Distillery will produce Clyde May whiskey at what will be the biggest distillery in the state of Alabama. Conecuh Ridge is scheduled to open in the summer of 2024. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
This holiday season is about more. Not more presents and shopping, more you. That's why at Montgomery Men's Health, we're celebrating the season of connection. Connecting with your family, with true friendships, and with yourself. We're treating erectile dysfunction with the least invasive, most advanced treatment options. We've been the local support team helping men get that spark back in the bedroom, on the job, at the gym, and everywhere life takes you. To celebrate this season of connection, we're giving away free B12 at our Montgomery clinic with every office visit for those who medically qualify. Our commitment is to take care of men, because men who feel alive will change the world. Don't wait to experience the difference our team at Montgomery Men's Health can make. Do it for your career. Do it for your family. Do it for your love life. Do it for you. because the most meaningful present you can give is a man who is fully present. To give the gift of you this year, call now, 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to set up a consultation and lab panel today.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, owner of Smart Skin Med Spa and Salon. Are you looking for that perfect holiday gift? Get that special someone a gift certificate to use on the services they love. Smart Skin Med Spa and Salon, the only salon, med spa, and day spa located in the heart of downtown Prattville.
Hello, this is Yasmin Holston with Beauty and Beyond. We've been advertising with Blue Water Broadcasting for 10 years plus. If you would like to increase your business, use Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations. They get results.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
It's fall, y'all, at Mama's Produce, and boy, do we have what you need. We have mums of every color. Corn stalks will be in soon, pumpkins. We have fall flowers and fall vegetables. And don't forget to check out our Facebook page, Mama's Produce. We post what we have as soon as it comes in so that you're right there. Check out our gift ideas as well.
Y'all come on down to Mama's, right next to Prattville Farm Center, 1154 South Memorial Drive. Everybody loves Mama's.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader and Sky Mosley in the house. And there's plenty to get to today. But, before we really get into the Fox and Friends experiment, seeing how they treat Ron DeSantis, then seeing how the same exact panel treats Vivek Ramaswamy. A little preview. Brian goes so far with Ramaswamy that you hear Ainsley, who is lovely. You hear Ainsley say, okay. You can hear her tapping him on the leg.
Trying to call off the dogs.
Okay, Brian. All right. Calm down, Brian. Yeah, it gets bad. But first, this part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing, best plumber in town. Really great guys there at Cole Plumbing, longtime sponsor of the show. And of course, at Cole Plumbing, they have that proprietary pipelining technology that allows them with minimal discomfort to you and your home to get in there and solve that problem. So say there's a burst pipe in the backyard. Well, they can get out there, and the beautiful thing is they can find the source of the leak without having to dig up a massive hole or sometimes trench.
Right.
Some places do. Or if it's inside the home, they're not going to tear out a bunch of drywall. They can, again, with precision and expertise, find that problem, solve that problem with technology unique to Cole Plumbing. They can help you with everyday plumbing problems, from a clogged drain to low water pressure. Maybe you've got a gas line leak. Maybe you want to upgrade, put a toilet in, or run a new water line, or you want a tankless water heater system. They can do it all there at Cole Plumbing. It's just that easy. So you can always go to coleplumbing.com or give them a call at 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
call on Cole, Joey.
Well said, gentlemen. Well said. Now, here we go. This is the Ron DeSantis portion of the meeting with Fox and Friends. I've actually yet to watch this. I know how the one with Vivek goes. This one with DeSantis must have just come out, but let's listen in together.
So what we did was we boiled down the entire 2-hour debate to 3 minutes. And this morning on Fox and Friends, the post-game show, we've had each of the people who were on the stage last night. Lawrence Jones is down in Tuscaloosa where the event was. And Lawrence, introduce our latest contestant.
Oh, yeah, we have Governor Ron DeSantis from the free state of Florida. Governor, I I want to pick up where that montage left off, and it was the back and forth between you and Governor Christie about what would you do? Will you send military troops into Israel to fight the war? And you didn't answer that question.
That's not true. I said you do what you need to do. You've got to defend your people. But then I also talked about the larger conflict. So I did answer it. That's just Christian. But here's another, which you guys didn't.
So the question is, will you send military troops or not?
You do what you need to do based on the circumstances to be able to get them home. But when as commander-in-chief, there's going to be plans, there's going to be options, and you have to vet that. So there's no way of knowing. So you're saying that option is on the table? Of course it would be. You have to get your people. But what you didn't show in the montage there was, Chris and Nikki both support this gender transition surgeries for the minors. That's mutilation. We passed legislation in Florida saying you cannot do that. They say, oh, it's parents' rights. You don't have a right to abuse your kid as a parent. And that was very telling when we did that exchange.
Well, and there's definitely a thing going on with Christie, but especially with Nikki Haley. They're like, I know she's saying all these conservative things, and she probably is conservative on a lot of fronts. And we progressives, the enlightened ones on the right side of history, we don't really like that. But, she's still one of us. We can tell. And when push comes to shove, Nikki's still like one of us. She's still in the same cultural milieu, or whatever that word is. Same cohort. Like, she thinks like us for the most part. She's just a little bit conservative.
A uniparty
right.
candidate.
Well, and you can tell, especially on like a lot of these big identity politics, cultural issues, Nikki Haley's been on the wrong side of that stuff over the years. And then she'll play a game where she's like, oh, that, I'm against that stuff. But then in the moment, when it's a crisis, she kind of budges.
But, doesn't her true sense of character just the fact that she has been bought off this quickly and has no defense for that whatsoever, but
I think her
that we
line,
should put her back in?
Her line has been, when corporate donors come to me, they ask for my opinion. I don't ask for theirs.
No, you ask for a check.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about opinions.
We don't want your opinion.
If she's willing to sell out, if she's a sellout at this point, she will continue to sell out. Just the price goes up.
Right, and you can be like the most principled person in the world in your own mind, and you really mean it.
Yeah.
You try to,
Sure.
As soon as somebody gives you millions of dollars, I don't care how damn principled you are, you're in their damn pocket. Like, stop acting like a child that I can stand on principle while I take millions of dollars from these interests that clearly want something.
Yeah.
Give me a break, Nikki.
See, it just bothers me.
And it doesn't mean she's a bad person necessarily. It
but
just
it
means
means
she's having to play with a corrupt system.
That, and I don't want somebody to play in the corrupt system. I want somebody to make the corrupt system go away. Call it out for what it is.
All right, but let's keep going with Ronnie D here.
So as a party, if we can't stand for the well-being of children, then what good are we? We know the Democrats won't. I did the debate against Gavin Newsom. California has laws. Kids can go behind their parents' backs from other states, minors, and get this transition surgery.
You cited that exchange. I want to play this so our audience can see that. Let's play it.
Yeah, folks.
You have other candidates up here like Nikki Haley. She caves anytime the left comes after her, anytime the media comes after her. I did a bill in Florida to stop the gender mutilation of minors. It's child abuse and it's wrong. She opposes that bill.
He continues to lie about my record. I actually said his Don't Say Gay bill didn't go far enough because it only talked about gender until the 3rd grade. And I said it shouldn't be done at all, that's for parents to talk about. It shouldn't be talked about with schools.
I get to make the decisions about my children, not anybody else. And every parent out there who's watching tonight, you start to turn over just a little bit of this authority, the authority they're going to take from you next, you're not going to like. I'll stand up for parents each and every time.
So that you do not have the right to abuse your kids.
True.
So, Governor, to your point, this is an important issue for parents. What is the red line as it relates to the state and kids? What is the rights of parents and what is the right of the state and a DeSantis administration.
You don't have a right to abuse your kids. That's been the law for forever.
Right.
You can't take a 12-year-old and get him a tattoo. It's just you got to be a certain age. But yet somehow you can chop off their private parts. Give me a break. And you know what Nikki said in there, it shows you, first of all, she was talking about a different bill, our Parents' Rights in Education, which had nothing to do with this. So she was dissembling because she knows she's not good. She called it the Don't Say Gay bill. That's what the liberals tried to call it.
Wow.
That is a false narrative. That's what the corporate media does.
Okay, I got to pause it there because Sky Mosley's over here nodding his head. He's like, this is what I was going to say.
I was going epileptic that when she said your Don't Say Gay bill to DeSantis, she just revealed something to me.
No, and this is what I mean with her. There are little moments. I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm not saying she's not conservative. She said some stuff that I can admit that I agree with.
Sometimes the truth comes out, though.
Right. But on some of the stuff that's the most heated of issues, I don't. I see chinks in the armor, or Vivek keeps saying kinks in the armor.
I think it's kinks.
I think
kinks make more sense to me. I don't know
I've
why.
heard it as both, though.
Me too, but I think kinks makes more sense to me. Like there's a
didn't an ESPN writer get fired for writing a headline? They're chinks in the armor.
I don't know, but see, that's why
they're like it was an Asian slur.
I like the kink thing myself.
Well, in chainmail armor, that would be a big problem.
Yeah, that would be it.
Chinks in the armor. I didn't even think about that.
I never thought about that
We're
part
all
either.
going
But
to hell.
in this world, in this time, I should have thought about that.
Yeah, better than Polacks in the armor.
See, I can't even say nothing there.
Hey, let's keep going with Ron DeSantis here on Fox and Friends.
And it shows she buys into these left-wing narratives, the fact that she used that term for that bill, which had nothing to do with the mutilation. But they believe that somehow this is a parent right, even though it's irreversible and it's very damaging. And many other countries have said we can't do it.
There's been, on some policy thing, there's been an escalation between you and Nikki Haley. Is it because she's surging in the race that now you have turned your attention toward her versus Donald Trump?
Well, first of all, I take on all comers. They're spending millions of dollars trying to attack me, so of course we're going to fight back. The surge is more of a media thing. You're not seeing it on the ground with conservative voters. In fact, conservative voters don't support her. I mean, that's just the reality. But people are responsible for their record. She runs saying she's so tough on China. She was the #1 governor in South Carolina when she was there of bringing China into her state. We posted the letter on our website where she was saying how great they were to the ambassador, and then the video of her in front of a Chinese flag at this Chinese company in South Carolina where she says that she works for them now as governor. And so that's just the reality. Now she's singing a different tune. But notice, she was really bragging about these liberal Wall Street donors who are now supported. These are people that supported Hillary Clinton. These are people that have opposed Donald Trump in the past. They will not allow strong policy on China.
She's going to be here later in the hour. I'm going to ask her about that. I'm going to send it to Steve Ainsley and Brian.
Yeah, Governor, thanks.
And now, okay, this is where the next clip, the Vivek clip starts, where, you get the great sit down with Lawrence there.
Right.
And then, and I like that guy, by the way. Sure. There are some young people at Fox. I feel bad that they're stuck at Fox. They picked the job. It's a voluntary job. But there are some young talents there at Fox.
You think they should move on to Newsmax?
Or News Nation. No, when I'm turning on News Nation, I'm like, Chris Cuomo, Geraldo Rivera. Oh, wait, Geraldo doesn't like Vivek. Shocking.
Right.
And then Chris Cuomo's like, Geraldo, I'm still as intimidated by you and getting in a fight and intellectual discussion with you as I was 40 years ago. I'm like, stop. It's Geraldo. His backside. What is, anyway.
It's Gerald.
This is how the Vivek clip starts, where they kick it to the panel, the normal Fox and Friends panel, but this is Ronnie D.
For joining us. I want to talk about the anti-Semitism. We see that on some of these university campuses. And last night you said that Joe Biden was not doing enough to hold Iran accountable, which is really the backbone for Hezbollah and for Hamas. What would you do differently?
Well, he has given them massive sanctions relief. I would get rid of all the sanctions relief. I would turn the screws on them financially so that they're not able to send money across the Middle East, and Biden refuses to do that. On the universities, I'd send the Justice Department in for civil rights investigations against these people. I mean, you have Penn, where if you say that there should be genocide of the Jews, they just shrug their shoulder. Yet they have fired people on their staff for simply opposing affirmative action. So you see what's happening. There's a sickness in our universities. There's a lot of rot in our universities. Incidentally, I'm the only Republican that's ever done anything about it. In Florida, we're going after this sickness. People are talking about how some of these very left-wing professors are leaving Florida because universities should not be about imposing an ideological agenda. We need to get back to it being about pursuing truth and preparing students to be citizens of this republic.
Good answer. Good answer.
So, Governor, congratulations. Last night, Calvin Coolidge was trending. When the question...
Yeah, they asked a softball question about it. Of any of the past presidents, which one gives you the most inspiration?
Oh, yeah.
We want to guess who they said?
He chose Silent Cal.
Well, no, because Christie went first. He chose Reagan.
I was going to say, who picked Reagan?
I'm just like Reagan, says Chris Christie, because Reagan really told the truth when the John Birch Society was big in the 60s.
He is no Reagan.
Okay. And then I think Nikki Haley chose George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
Because he never told a lie.
Of course.
No,
Right.
and she don't like cherry trees.
Typical.
No, I think she liked Lincoln's Liberia plan.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying, right?
Nikki Haley.
Right.
Be very scared. Okay?
And then DeSantis chose Silent Cal because the others had been named. And actually, Calvin Coolidge, pretty successful. And he's Silent Cal because... Well, he really wasn't one for a lot of words. I kind of like that.
He also wasn't one for a lot of big government.
Right.
It would have been awesome if one of them would have said Donald Trump.
But
Donald Trump just would have been awesome.
What a moment.
If Vivek would have said it, I would have swore at that point that he would be vice president.
I'm going to skip over that. Here's Brian Kilmeade's question.
Governor, last night about Donald Trump, you and Christie clashed on whether he can do the job. I know you wouldn't be running if you didn't think you could be better. But do you think that he could do the job if he got the nomination and got back to the White House?
So Christie, he was trying to go in a much different direction. You know, we have pointed out that Donald Trump has lost some zip on his fastball, that Father Time's undefeated, that he'd be the oldest president ever elected if he could get elected. That's different than trying to say somebody's not mentally competent to say stand trial or to be involved in life. And that's what Chris was trying to say. That's never what I've said. I just think ideally we want somebody that's in the prime that can serve 2 full terms, which I could do, and that is going to be working at 100%, full of energy, very energetic. So that's what we'll do. But the reality is, he's not been willing to campaign hard. He's not been willing to go to debates. I think he owes it to show up debates. He did a town hall I saw the other night, but didn't take any questions.
And, DeSantis' treatment there by Fox and Friends, fairly cordial. I thought DeSantis had a solid night. Nobody really hit any home runs.
Yeah.
These things are like, at this point, a Rorschach test. Most of politics is. You're just coming in with your prior beliefs or inclinations or temperament, and there's not much persuasion going on.
Kind of like a demolition derby.
Nobody's
there in the
watching except for the Rex. You're right, Eddie. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Now let's go to David, who's been very patient here. Hey, David.
Rorschach test? What are you talking about?
Sophisticated rodeo.
It's an inkblot test. It's a power tie. Makes me feel powerful.
All I can think about Horseshack and Sweat Hogs. I'm sorry, but that's all I think of. Yeah.
I think of Stanley Ipkiss in The Mask.
Oh.
Cameron Diaz, by the way, in that movie.
Just by the fact that you've got major Democrat donors pumping money into Nikki Haley should tell you something. They know something the average public individual does not know about Nikki Haley.
Yep.
Mitt Romney, too.
They are not going to make that investment without getting a return on it.
That's exactly right, and I love seeing Vivek and Ron DeSantis put that out there last night.
Well done.
Yeah. And you guys talking about chinks.
Yeah.
Where I grew up in Illinois, we played a high school that was on the same latitude as Peking, China. And the name of the town was Pekin. And the name of the high school teams was the Pekin Chinks.
Oh, no. That's...
Okay. How are they doing these days?
That's clearly a racist.
Yeah, is that town even still on the map? Jeez, has that not been canceled?
No, I looked up the idiom. It is an English idiom, chink in the armor.
Yeah.
So, that's a real thing, but they weren't going.
Maybe it's just my white guilt, but that doesn't sound like it's supposed to be that way. I don't feel
that's a
comfortable
little
with that.
much there.
I'm staying with King.
The town is still named Pekin, but obviously they have since changed the name, the high school name, the mascot. But we always used to get the biggest kick out of that whenever we had to play them.
Or are they now the Peking egg rolls?
The ducks. The ducks. It's got to be the ducks, man.
Yeah. So anyway, have a good one, guys.
I'm going to look into that.
Okay. That is racist, but that's freaking funny. Oh, my goodness. Wow. 272-9228. Oh, we got to hit a break here. But unless, who's that?
We got Pat.
Pat? Let's go to Pat before the break. Hey, Pat.
Pat.
Good afternoon, guys. I just got in the truck, and you may have already talked about this, but what irritated me last night with Chris Christie is the way I read the Constitution, a person is innocent until proven guilty. And he's already calling Trump a felon.
Yep. Exactly right.
You know,
Nice catch.
and I, you know, I had to turn the TV off because I'm finding myself screaming at it, and I'm probably going to break it when I throw something at it, you know. So
Yep.
just, anyway, I want to get my 2 cents worth in on Christie, the big fat guy. So
I felt the same way. When he called Vivek the biggest blowhard in America, I'm like, here's a mirror, Chris.
Right. And
Well, wait, let's get a second
but
mirror.
he's humble. Joey, he's humble. I heard him say that. He's humble.
He's just like Ronald Reagan.
But Pat is the second caller that's called and said they turned it off.
Yeah,
and that's what I wonder how many Americans, plan to watch
if
it,
this
and then a few
wasn't-
minutes into it, like, I can't take this
If I
crap.
wasn't a hawk show dose,
Yeah.
if this wasn't my job, I wouldn't have watched that whole
Or
thing.
if you had a date. Yeah, I got you. Totally.
Hey, don't worry. I do just fine. Probably better than you.
Yeah,
all
you
right?
do. I'm sure you do.
Anyway,
Married.
Pat.
You guys have a blessed day.
You too, buddy.
Thanks, Pat.
Can't we go a damn segment without you bringing up my love life or lack thereof?
Trying to help you out, man.
Oh yeah, help me out. That's what he's doing, folks. He's helping me out.
Trying to help you out.
What a guy.
So, well, next time I get that opportunity, I want you to be there so you can show me what to do.
We could communicate. I could give you the walkie-talkies.
No, it sounds like you've done this before. No,
Cyrano.
I forget you
Didn't
grew up
work
in the
then,
era
it
of
won't
Porky's.
work now. No.
I'll write some poetry for you.
Hey, that works, actually. This part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo and his team are ready to help you, whether you're looking to buy or sell a home here in the Montgomery and surrounding areas. Bo's been working in the River Region real estate market for over 4 decades. So he really knows what he's doing, folks. And not only can they help you with buying or selling your property, they have management services available should you want to rent out your home, which is a great idea in this market, but it'd be a pain in the butt to do that yourself. To be a landlord yourself, why not have the Goodson Group for a reasonable fee do that for you? And then, of course, the crown jewel there at the Goodson Group is the Bo Goodson Real Estate School, one of the most highly acclaimed programs here in the great state of Alabama. Well, because it's interactive. Bo's bringing to bear that 40-plus years of experience. He's been through it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you can learn from Bo's experiences in that way. But the true proof of how good the Bo Goodson Real Estate School is all the success graduates have gone on to find, whether it's fully licensed realtors or as more knowledgeable private players here in the River Region real estate market and beyond. So check them out today. You can always go to thegoodsongroup.com or give Bo and the team a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson, the Goodson Group. Great sponsor here of News and Views in the afternoon. When we come back, it's now round 2 of our experiment. You just heard Ron DeSantis,
Yeah.
and how would you gentlemen characterize that exchange between DeSantis and the Fox and Friends?
They were civil.
Civil.
Yeah,
They
we're
were
civil. Give it to that.
All right, questions, answers, Nikki Haley fans probably didn't like it.
A little prodding in the beginning there with Nick, or with Little Short Man.
But it was all generally, a few tough questions, but generally cordial.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
When we come back, Vivek Ramaswamy this morning with Fox and Friends from Tuscaloosa. Stay tuned.
Joey Clark.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
I'm here with Miss Dot at the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall. Dot, the place is looking festive.
Yes, Christmas is definitely here.
I can see lots of things around here that would be great for Christmas.
The booths are stocked with everything you need for the Christmas season. And you know we enjoy your visits to see us and helping us keep up all those old good traditions and maybe starting a few new ones. But we love seeing each and every one of you.
What if somebody's looking for a special gift?
We've got the china, of course, and the crystals and the furniture, and we have the vinyl records and silver plate and jewelry and whatever else you think you want.
All right, Dot, give us those hours of operation.
Monday through Friday is 10 until 6, Saturday is 9 until 6, and Sunday is 12:30 to 4:30.
That's the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall, 425 Coliseum Boulevard. And from Miss Dot and Mr. Gary and the McDaniel family, they wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks for shopping Eastbrook.
Is your cell phone or iPad cracked, broken, or not working right? Don't let the big carrier stores sucker you into a new $1,100 device. Let XI Repair fix your device today. XI Repair fixes cell phones, computers, laptops, iPads, game consoles, drones, and more. Their certified technicians fix hundreds of devices every day. When your device needs care, call XI Repair, 334-777-1234, or Google XI Repair. Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Sky Mosley had to skedaddle, but Eddie Bader's still here in the house with me.
I'm here, man.
You doing okay today?
Yeah.
In all seriousness?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Don't ask questions and make your brother start crying. All is good. You know, there's an interview probably about a month ago, and it was on a talk show. Two black women, and the one black girl, the host, asked the girl, "How you doing?" Mm-hmm. And it caught her so off guard.
Just how you doing?
Yeah, she just started crying, and she wasn't doing well.
Not well, yeah.
And someone finally asked her, "How you doing?" And she went on for about 5 minutes and regained her composure and said, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." That'd be a really great moment. But yeah, so be careful.
No, it's always fun too, where it's like, "Well, I'm so sorry you're going through that, but by the way, that dress is horrible."
That's why I don't wear dresses anymore.
Yeah. Well, as promised, now, folks. This is Fox and Friends with Vivek Ramaswamy. I mean, we gathered, they had a pretty cordial sit down with Ronnie D. I'm sure the same with Nikki Haley. But this is how the whole Vivek thing went.
But the problem, I just
see, like, it starts not
Already.
even where you're seeing Lawrence with
Jeez.
Vivek. You're seeing, like, Brian Kilmeade come out of the gate hot here. And, like, the way they cut to Vivek, I'll pull up the actual imagery on the live stream, folks. Again, Joey Clark Live. Like and subscribe.
Like and
on
subscribe.
YouTube, or just follow me on X, on Twitter X, at the Joey Clark. We stream there as well. Now, here we go, folks. I'm going to try not to blow a gasket.
But the problem, I just like to know, with his policy, it's just ridiculous on Russia and Ukraine. He says, tell Russia basically they can have Ukraine if they promise not to have an alliance with China. I mean, if there's... can we hear us now? Hey, Vivek.
I can hear.
Vivek, are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with Russia taking as much as Ukraine as they want? Are you comfortable pulling all our aid out? And do you really believe that Vladimir Putin will agree not to have an alliance with China?
I think we have to play hardball there and make a hard deal that requires any reneging on that deal to have major consequences.
Like what?
For
Like
Russia.
sanctions,
So
like
the
we
answer
have
is-
right now?
Well, look, I think that we have to be able to have real consequences, maximum pressure campaign. We have sanctions. We don't have a maximum pressure campaign. And I can go into the details of that, and I have at the Nixon Library and elsewhere. But what I'm saying, Brian, is the clear principles are this war doesn't advance U.S. interests.
Yes,
the
it does.
Russia-China
If you give
alliance
up
is the
Eastern
top
Europe,
threat that
if you
we
give up
face.
Eastern Europe, we'll be in a world war.
If I may ask your question, if you ask the
But-
question, I want to make
but
sure I
I'm just
answer
gonna
it.
answer you.
I'll give you
It
the
is in our interest.
Detailed contours of a deal. I think it is not in our interest to strengthen the Russia-China alliance, and I think our policy
It's
right
gonna be
now
done
is driving
anyway.
Russia further into China's arms.
It's going to be
I
done
disagree
anyway.
with you, Brian. I
You
respectfully disagree with you on
cannot
that.
keep Russia.
He can't get even a sentence or two out.
No.
And again, I keep hearing from the hawks that, oh, this has worked well because, hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians are dead. But a lot of Russians are killed too, and we're helping to decimate the Russian military.
Why?
And then out of the same, actually out of the other side of their mouth, might as well be the same, they go, oh, and they're going to keep marching into NATO countries. They're going to act like, well, this just happened out of the clear blue sky.
Well, it's deflecting the truth.
But you can already see the difference. This is only a minute 15 in.
Oh, he was ready
There was
to go,
question
man.
answer with Ron DeSantis. Question answer right out the gate. Brian Kilmeade is just, well,
That face is a little tight from that surgery.
Russia from
I think
China.
Russia is going. I think the answer is we are driving Russia into China's hands. There are kinks in the armor of that relationship. Look at Russia sending weapons to India and to Vietnam after other meetings they've had. This is our opportunity. Nixon did this in 1972, and Brian, respectfully, people like you said the same thing, that Nixon couldn't do it. Well, it takes an
72,
outsider who's
I was
skeptical of that establishment. That's going to be me.
I was 7 years old.
But
I was 7 years old.
That's your takeaway from what he just said, Brian? I was 7 in 72.
I was 7 years old.
Well, number one, you're old, man. Stop it with the makeup and the
face stretching, man.
All right, how many Shirley Temples do you think he drinks in the morning?
Oof. Oof.
Yeah. But no, the point was people like you, Brian.
Yeah.
Establishment hacks.
But again, like the original statement was, the difference in the treatment.
Yeah, we'll keep going here.
we can both. You and I are both students of history, and I trust you to know that.
Are you comfortable giving up Eastern Europe? Because you know they're already taking Moldova, already making moves on the Baltic already. They're taking more and more pieces of
I'll tell
Georgia.
you what I'm not
and
comfortable
all
with.
we've done is sit there and send blankets and MREs, and we got an invasion. So what is going to be next?
Because we have no idea how Ukraine has spent $200 billion of our money. We're forking over more taxpayer money.
Do you
so some
see how they
Ukrainian
fight?
kleptocrat can buy a
These
bigger
guys
house.
are the best
That's
fighters in the.
corrupt, and I'm not going to stand for that.
Ukrainians are probably the
That's
best
the case.
fighters
70,
in the world.
17 to 70.
Ukrainians fighting for their
Congrats.
sovereignty.
Brian Kilmeade's a dumbass. Or he's just lying.
I think he's
All we
bought and
sent
paid
the
for.
Ukrainians were blankets and MREs, right?
And 200, how much?
It's not like Trump was impeached over the fact that he tried to pause sending weapons there. But then the weapons were sent.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just weapons, folks. It was a lot of NATO-grade training.
Yep.
And then at the beginning of the Biden administration, they had Kamala Harris walk on out there at some security conference and go, yeah, we're going to welcome Ukraine into NATO. Clearly violating the red line the Russians have been screaming about for 15 years. Putin's been screaming about it since 07, 08, that do not bring Ukraine into NATO.
Right.
But according to Brian Kilmeade, we just, that just happened all of a
he was
sudden.
7 years old.
They invaded because we were too weak, is according, to Brian Kilmeade. And then the Russians are being whooped by the Ukrainians because the Ukrainians are some of the best fighters. You just heard Brian say that. They're some of the best fighters. Yet at the same time, we got to send them more money, and the Russians are about to take all of Eastern Europe. Which is it? Or are you just that much of a stupid lapdog for people a lot smarter than you, who feeds you lies that you're more than happy to spill on national TV every morning? What's the word? Pablum. Keep going.
Well,
and they were invaded.
Here's something that the news media hasn't reported. Ukraine has actually assassinated a former presidential candidate from 2019.
So
but the
naive.
media doesn't like to report that.
So naive.
Well,
you give
Brian,
up Ukraine, and then in a few years you'll be criticizing Joe Biden for giving up Ukraine.
I respectfully, we can respectfully. Brian, I think that if I called Nikki Haley naive, you guys would be having a conniption. Let's be honest about that. But you want to call me naive? I actually understand what the heck I'm talking about here.
Really?
Nixon did this in '72. We can actually split up the Russia-China alliance
and what
advance
happened,
American interests
I think
and protect
World
our
War
own
II
homeland.
is your better example.
I think it is offensive.
World War II is your better example. One is a diplomatic approach and one is an active war.
Germany. If you could have split up Japan and Germany, then I do think that you actually have a good example of World War II.
I mean, it doesn't even make, at the end of the day, they're there for good TV. This does not even make for good TV.
It's not good TV. It's not good intellectual argument.
But I think that part of it is to keep him from getting his message out, I'll just muddle it up.
Yeah, exactly what this is.
I'll just try to talk over him.
And by the way, I love how conservatives are like, we know history. We're the party that knows history, and we glean wisdom from understanding the past.
That's true.
Except, like, every time there's a war on the horizon, or we're in the midst of one, it's always our Munich moment. How many times are you going to mention Hitler and Munich and Chamberlain? How many times are you going to go back to the well of World War II when we're not even fighting wars that way anymore? At all. It's a different day and age. The people running the show aren't the ones that fought those wars. True. Hell, they're not even the ones that fought the wars in the early 90s. My God. But here it goes.
You were going to convince Hitler not to go with a fascist nation?
And I'm not talking about convincing anybody, Brian, but the fact of the matter is I think it is offensive that people would sooner use $200 billion of our resources to protect some other nation's foreign border that's not a democracy, when in fact we're not even doing that effectively.
You can do both. It's not either or.
We're doing neither.
It's neither. It's not either or.
And that's the fact of the matter. And I think this neocon wisdom needs to be relegated to the
forget neocon wisdom. No one buys into that. Just give up.
Now millions of us do, Brian.
Just give up Eastern Europe. Why not?
And Afghanistan. Look at those results. The same people that took it to Iraq and Afghanistan are trying to do this again in Ukraine, and it's already been a disaster. Time for the neocons
not
to admit
one
it
soldier is there. Not one American soldier is there.
Something they have done.
That's a lie.
And he knows that.
Threatened earlier this week that we are going to send our troops unless we pass that aid package, actually. So, Brian, you mark my words. Listen to Lloyd Austin, who's advancing the same policies as Nikki Haley.
He's saying he's going to send troops if they move it to a NATO nation, not to Ukraine. Pay attention.
He expressly said that it's going to require sending troops if we don't actually pass
we have to
the
go.
Ukrainian aid.
If
So
they
I think
take
that this
a NATO
is a
nation.
boneheaded foreign policy, and I think that the hard answer is that we need to protect Americans. That's the answer.
Thank you so much for joining the program.
What a joke.
Yeah.
If you're addicted to watching that crap in the morning,
how could you?
I'm sorry.
I can't imagine they ended up with a third of their audience by the time that was over. Whether you pro Vivek or anti Vivek, neither one of them could get a point across, and all Killamede was trying to do was just not let that guy make his point.
Which is exactly how we've been running foreign policy.
Right.
You let midwits yell and scream instead of actually having adults in the room have a robust conversation. It's something I saw Tucker Carlson talk about the other night. Go watch the Nixon-Kennedy debates. It actually sounded like informed adults. Think how dumb our nation has become.
Yeah.
Like, if you had that conversation today on the presidential debate stage, most of the American people wouldn't understand it. Well, I actually don't believe that. I think they would. But, yeah, it's gotten dumber and dumber and dumber as we become more and more entangled in every part of the world. And I think the two go together. Let's go to Mr. Bill before the break. Hey, Mr. Bill.
Hey, yes, sir. You know what gets me is I remember when Kennedy could not stand for Soviet Union having missiles in Cuba, 90 miles away from the United States.
Right.
That's a big deal.
Yes, sir.
But why is it okay for Kennedy or United States to say you can't have missiles pointed at our country that 90 miles away, but Ukraine can border daggum Russia, and the United States has something to say about it? I don't think so. Something's wrong with that picture. Russia needs to defend themselves just like the United States needs to defend itself. And I don't like Russia.
Right.
I don't care nothing about the country or the government. But this government's becoming more like Russia than Russia's becoming like Russia, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
Well, if the American empire didn't have double standards, they would have none at all. Excuse me. Pardon
Always
me.
double standards.
Yes,
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah. And Brian Kilmeade, if he wants to send money over there, he can send his own money.
He's got enough of it.
Yeah. He didn't ask me about mine. I don't want to send a dime over there. I'm against taxpayer money going over there anyway on either side.
Yes, sir.
Here, here.
Preach.
Well, I said my piece. I get hot about it. I mean, I do. I get so upset.
Well, likewise, man. And I appreciate you listening. Appreciate the call, Mr. Bill.
Thank you for calling, Mr. Bill.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you can tell I get a
Yeah.
little worked up too. But then also, sometimes, critical clips don't make me upset. They make me go, oh, it's working. Remember how we mentioned earlier, it's worse than Trump? If
Yes.
it's not going to be Trump, DeSantis or Ramaswamy, whoever will be worse than Trump. Here's a great example.
Okay.
The former commie, Van Jones, here's his take on Ramaswamy.
And the smug, condescending way that he just spews this poison out is very, very dangerous because he won't stop.
Wait, are you talking about yourself? Van? I'm starting to think everybody, even the people I like who run for office, they're all full of crap.
You think, Joey?
Astoundingly full of crap. It seems like in order to engage in politics effectively, you have to be astoundingly full of crap. You have to be more constipated than the American public after Thanksgiving with your own BS. The way he's smugly, take it away, Van. Just take it away.
And the smug, condescending way that he just spews this poison out is very, very dangerous because he won't stop Trump, but he's going to outlive Trump by about 50 years. And you're watching the rise of an American demagogue that is a very, very despicable person. Yeah. And I was shaking listening to him talk because a lot of people don't know that is one step away from Nazi propaganda coming out of his mouth.
One step.
GFY, Van. Or if you agree with Van, GFY. You know what it stands for. I would like actual robust discussion, but we seem to be denied that in this day and age. And if you think, oh, it just went away in the Trump era, no, go back and watch all the stupid fights that have characterized American politics, say, for the 21st century. We haven't had robust discussion in a long while. We've had unaccountable government, high on the hog, while Americans themselves are high and well fed, so they don't really give a damn what their government does. What the bills are starting to come due, everybody needs to wake the hell up. Because this party could get a hell of a lot worse. And if you point that out, you're the Nazi. If you point out this federal government is being run by neocon fascists on the right and the left, you're the Nazi. But at the end of the day, Van Jones saying something like that, you know what it means, Eddie?
What's that?
It means it's working. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
This holiday season is about more. Not more presents and shopping, more you. That's why at Montgomery Men's Health, we're celebrating the season of connection. Connecting with your family, with true friendships, and with yourself. We're treating erectile dysfunction with the least invasive, most advanced treatment options. We've been the local support team helping men get that spark back. In the bedroom, on the job, at the gym, and everywhere life takes you. To celebrate this season of connection, we're giving away free B12 at our Montgomery clinic with every office visit for those who medically qualify. Our commitment is to take care of men, because men who feel alive will change the world. Don't wait to experience the difference our team at Montgomery Men's Health can make. Do it for your career. Do it for your family. Do it for your love life. Do it for you. Because the most meaningful present you can give is a man who is fully present. To give the gift of you this year, call now, 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to set up a consultation and lab panel today.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes, I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
Hey y'all, this is Tammy at Mama's Produce, and it's a new season here. We're not going anywhere. We'll be here through the fall. We've got all of your tailgate needs. We've got breakfast needs. Don't forget we got new sausages in. Those sausages we had last year, they're back. Still got your tomatoes, other fresh vegetables, and we're going to have some new things coming online, so stay tuned to our Facebook page and look out.
Make 2024 the year you break away from the chain stores and join us here at Adams Drugs. We value your business and want to provide you the best customer service at the lowest possible price. We've been serving up excellent customer service here in the River region for over 62 years.
I made the swap to Adams Drugs and I couldn't be happier. Having a job and then getting 3 kids to all of their activities keeps me busy. I don't have an hour to waste waiting on a prescription. At Adams, they know me and my family. I get in and out in minutes, and when I can't get by Adams, they'll bring the prescription right to my door.
What are you waiting for? Come in to Adams Drugs and let us earn your business. Our friendly and personal staff will talk with you and answer any questions you may have about your prescriptions. Your satisfaction is our #1 goal. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local independent Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. All things considered, a pretty good forecast for December for today and tomorrow. Good bit of sunshine today, still below normal on the temperature with a high around 59. Partly cloudy, chilly tonight, overnight low 38. Tomorrow, a sun and cloud mix, but we're dry, high up to about 66. That's better. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms returning on Saturday with a high near 70. Rain and thunderstorms becoming likely Saturday night into early Sunday as a front moves through. Much cooler on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. We have Kevin on the line.
Yes, we do.
Hello, Kevin.
Hey, Joey, how are you?
Oh, this is Kevin Murphy. I'm great. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I just wanted to tell you, I got back in the car, headed back to the office, tuned in to you guys, heard you yelling and about Van Jones and I guess the debate. And I just wanted you to know, Joey, I'm very proud of you for moving on from George Santos.
Although, look at the look he's got going on today.
I think you've turned a corner here, which I think to all your listeners, we're very proud of you.
I have to disappoint you, but I still think George Santos will live forever, Kevin.
Well, I just love your show, guys. I just wanted to cheer you up a little.
Thank you, Kevin. Hey, when you get a chance, Kevin, look him up on YouTube tonight. I swear, when you said George Santos, looking at that sweater, I see the Santos in him right now. I really do. I'm going to have to look a picture. I'm telling you, get you some glasses. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the visual, Kevin.
Hey, and you know what? No more debates, okay? You can't watch any more. Okay?
Right.
It upsets you too much. But and here's the irony of it. I don't think anybody is aware of this, but all these people that are debating, they're not going to be the nominee. So who cares?
Right.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. It's good television, though.
Well, I appreciate the call, Kevin. Thank you,
You
for
bet.
the.
Y'all take care.
Thank you, Kevin.
272-922. No, it's something that's fun to see.
Yeah.
Jay Leno. You know how he's a car collector?
Yeah.
Well, Jay Leno was spotted on the street in a brand new vehicle.
What do you have?
The production has just been put out there, folks. How about this? I'll just share it on the live stream, the actual video here. Again, this is Jay Leno being seen. I don't think this was set up. I think this is actually, hey, that's Jay in that thing. In the brand new Cybertruck.
Oh, cool. The Cybertruck, huh?
The Cybertruck is now here, folks. So let's check out this clip.
That's awesome. How is it, Jay? It's not mine. I'm just using it. Oh, yeah? That's awesome, brother. Is it Elon's? Well, it belonged to a buddy of mine. It's truck number 5. Oh, really? Yeah, just came off the line. You know, it's incredible. It's as fast as the Tesla Plaid.
Have you seen the videos of these now? The Tesla trucks the Cybertrucks are heading off the line.
Mm-hmm.
They're incredible. There are a few really well done reviews out there, folks.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have $100,000 to drop on a truck. That's what this new one coming out is.
It's the price of a truck nowadays.
No,
brother.
but it can go from 0 to 60 in something like 2.7 seconds.
Yeah, but how can it haul my boat? That's what I want to know.
Better than any of the standard ones.
I don't know that. I haven't seen a review on that, and I haven't tested it. So how's it pull? That makes a big. I know you're not a truck guy, but that's a big thing in a
The
truck.
electric motor has a lot more torque.
No, it's not that. Not just the torque, the handling of it. Like if you have a short wheelbase, it'll wiggle really bad.
Well, here's what they do. When you're under 35 miles an hour, I believe, the back wheels, when you turn, will go the opposite direction of the front wheels. So it does shorten the wheelbase. So you can actually make turns as tight as a sedan.
Now, see, hauling a boat or a trailer, that could be dangerous because all of a sudden I'm cutting too tight.
But it could be, but that's only in lower speeds. Once you get up on highway speeds, they go back to where the back tires are always adjusting to create a smoother changing of lanes and whatnot in the same direction as the front tires, the differing degrees. It's and also the steering wheel's not a normal steering wheel. Now, on a big truck, you have to a lot of times do the.
That's right.
If you're watching the live stream, folks, you know what we're talking about. The spin with the hand on top of the wheel, and you
they
spin
even have a knob for that.
Right. No, this thing, to do a full 360 turn, you only go 170.
That's got to be so weird.
So you can only go like that far with the steering wheel, and that'll do your full turn. So just a little bit is going to turn
weird,
that. And they say it's a massive truck. It's 3,000 pounds.
Yo, wow.
No, and it really is apparently up there with all the competitors, all your big truck competitors. They consulted with a lot of construction folks saying, if y'all were going to actually use this, what would you upgrade? And they put those suggestions in place. This thing, again, I don't have $100,000.
Neither do
Holy crap, it's a cool piece of machinery.
If they want a redneck to test it out, let me borrow one for the weekend. I'll give you my review on it.
Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Biloxi Gambler, all trucks are $100,000 now. There's a used Ford F-250, all the bells and whistles is jacked up a little bit, got a lift kit on it.
Yeah.
The extended cab, and it was marked down, brand new. I mean, it's used.
Yeah.
But price reduction, $99,800 something. I'm telling you, $100,000 ain't nothing for a truck nowadays.
Well, and this thing for $100,000, I mean, it is the future. It says towing capacity 11,000 pounds. I'm looking at the Tesla website right
Take your
now.
girl
That
on that thing.
means you can't tow more than about 7 or 8. Yeah.
And then 340-mile estimated range. No, 2.60 to 60.
Don't worry about that. That's 0
incredible.
to 60.
I mean,
I
that's
don't care
just-
about 0 to 60.
just
I got to
pinning you to the
I
seat.
got to drive 255 miles, and as the battery deteriorates, it ain't gonna get the 100% of that. It ain't gonna go 300 miles a year from now to go 250. Year after that, it might go 180. So as the battery deteriorates, it's gonna turn south on you.
Yeah, it might. Like it. We'll see.
What we need is that self-driving road like they have in Detroit. They got a quarter mile of it right now built, and it charges the battery as you drive. And of course, we have the technology where it will charge to your account, like we do at toll roads. Like when we go
that's
through
pretty genius,
tolls
actually.
now, and you could charge while you drive.
Yeah.
I did the math on it based on today's technology and what they spent on that quarter mile. It'd be $8 billion with a self-driving RV. Every 100 miles, you'd have to put in 12 miles of this junk. But you could go with a self-driving. Now, this is where it makes sense to me. From Jacksonville to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That would be a game changer. That right there. Then I could sit in the back of the
Just
RV
ride.
and I wouldn't have to get out for
Yep.
2.5 days till I'm across the country. Now we're talking. And do some roads like that. I think that we won't see it, but the grandchildren might.
Yeah.
Well,
that'd be a party.
I appreciate the call, Biloxi Gambler. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
buddy.
you. Bye.
Yeah, it's just.
Is it all permanent all-wheel drive?
Yeah, the current model that they have coming out is
Each
called the
wheel has a
Beast.
motor, yeah.
This thing it's got 3 different motors, I believe.
Wow.
3 different, it's.
Yeah, but I
it's
want to take it
intense.
down to Uncle Jesse's farm and let's put it through let's run it through the trials and
yeah,
tribulations.
that's what they designed it to do. It's not just a showpiece. They designed this thing to get
Well,
beat
that's it.
up and. Like these are literal stainless steel doors. They said, if you've got a 45 or less, like you take a Tommy gun to it and you're not going to get through. Some of it's a little higher velocity.
Joey,
it's not
now,
truly
he had said
bulletproof.
that earlier about the baseball bat, and then he busted the windshield out.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
Yeah, no, there are ways you could still, if you had the,
just saying.
certain rounds could still penetrate.
That's why I'd like to take it down to Uncle Jesse's farm and put it through the real
Just
test.
look at that thing, man. That's pretty cool.
I
That's
guess
pretty
you
cool.
haven't seen the video where this guy took a Toyota truck and a bunch of plywood and he made his own.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, we got to enter top of the hour break. But first, this entire second hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And they're at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon. It's great having Madeline on
Oh,
the
it was
show.
great. She even posted her segment last night on Facebook, which was great. I watched it all over again.
Yeah.
She's great to have on. And one of the best thing is, and I guess people can do it, when we have her on, and if you got a mortgage question, ask her. Because that's what she does for a living. I ask her all the time. I'm glad for somebody else to ask besides just me. And then refinancing right now.
Oh, that's very much all the rage these days.
Right.
And why? Because people are stuck under a lot of debt.
Well, let's be honest. Christmas coming up, you're probably going to be thinking about refinancing when you get those credit card bills come January.
Right. And things are just getting more expensive in general.
Yeah.
Like maybe you're trying to really make it work for the holidays, but how about this? You're looking to just get whatever your issue might be on a sounder financial footing, and you've got equity built up in your home. Alabama Home Mortgage can help you with that, especially if your issue is really a cash flow one.
Right.
It's not like a deep structural one where you need a job, or let's say.
Right.
But if you just have a cash flow issue, you're a little bit upside down in a certain time frame, a refinance deal can do wonders to help you out. So check out Alabama Home Mortgage today. What's that number? 567-4223?
That's right.
That's 567-4223. You can also always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies like Kim and Madeline. Prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. More news and views in the afternoon. After this, seriously, go watch reviews of the Cybertruck, folks. I'm not even a truck guy, and I'm like, dadgum, this thing is...
Scott Bauer just reminded us also arrow-proof, if you remember from Joe Rogan when he shot
Yeah.
it with the arrow.
It's pretty cool. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. It was a Sunday morning 82 years ago today. America suffered its worst attack in its history. More than 2,400 Americans killed, at least 1,000 others wounded in an Empire of Japan surprise attack. Nearly 24 naval vessels damaged or sunk and some 200 aircraft destroyed. As part of Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, American flags will be flown at half-staff. California facing a $68 billion budget deficit. The nonpartisan Legislative Analyst Office said most of the deficit comes from lower than expected tax revenues this year. California delayed its tax filing deadline to November this year because of a series of damaging storms. The Dow is ahead 98 points, and the NASDAQ is up 200 points. This is SRN News.
Donald Trump's indictment proves that saving America is not going to be easy. There are entrenched powers that are fighting this with everything they've got. They want to keep control over the country, the narrative, and the nation's money supply. Hi, I'm Lance Wallnau. I'm a news analyst, a Christian author, an evangelical leader. I speak to millions of people every week, people just like you. You see, what the elites are doing is using inflation and government handouts and now central bank digital currencies to determine how they're going to control America. And that's why I recommend all Christians start a gold IRA from the Birch Gold Group, because physical precious metals are one of the few ways you can maintain control over your own savings. To get a free info kit on gold IRAs, text the word faith to 989898. Birch Gold Group is the only gold company I trust. Get their free info kit and you'll see why a gold IRA can help you. There are no strings attached. Text the word faith to 989898 and you're going to be blessed by taking action right now.
1819 News.
A state lawmaker has already pre-filed a bill that prohibits any further mask mandates being issued from the state government. State Representative Brock Colvin is sponsoring the bill. It specifically prohibits the state health officer and any other governmental agencies from issuing a mask mandate. Medical facilities and detention centers are exempted from that bill. Colvin says he saw a lot of government overreach during COVID, and this bill is to allow people to make the decisions for themselves. Colvin is introducing the bill into the Alabama House as he also runs to fill the state Senate seat for District 9. Colvin plans to introduce the bill into the Senate should he win in this coming January's special election. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Are you enjoying 1819 News? If so, consider joining 1819 News as a member. As a nonprofit news organization, we depend on the support of Alabamians like you. Memberships start out as little as $5 a month, and you'll get access to exclusive content only offered to our members. You'll be supporting independent journalism done by people who cherish Alabama values. Become a member today by visiting 1819news.com and clicking Become a Member. That's 1819news.com and click Become a Member today.
A judge has ruled in favor of a Crimson Tide basketball player and his lawsuit. The judge's ruling is in regards to a lawsuit filed by Kai Spears against the New York Times. The New York Times wrote about a deadly shooting in Tuscaloosa that occurred this past January and included Spears' name. However, it was Darius Miller and Cooper Lee that were at the scene at that time. The New York Times made the correction and then asked the judge to dismiss the lawsuit, but that did not happen. A warning is issued to residents of Pritchard after thousands of gallons of sewer water has overflowed. The Mobile County Health Department is advising residents to avoid any contact with standing water and to wash hands and clothes thoroughly if contact with that water cannot be avoided. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for waterproof carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
The fall sale is on, and there's never been a better time to upgrade your floors. During Prattville Carpet's biggest sale of the year, find deep discounts on Mohawk flooring for every room in your home, plus interest-free financing with approved credit. Get new floors before the holidays with huge discounts. Visit PrattvilleCarpet.com or call 285-8117 today.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. Well, I guess we're done with the debate talk.
Well, unless you want to get your blood pressure back up.
I could always do that. Why not? But how about this report? Somebody was saying to me, Tucker Carlson is a VP. Who's throwing that out there?
I heard a good one on the other show today. TNT, Trump and Tucker.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I thought that was pretty good. Whether they do it or not.
TNT.
That's dynamite. I mean, you can play the song. They already got it.
You know, with Tucker Carlson and me, Trump, TNT, we know drama. We do.
However, two large egos like that.
But there's a report about somebody pushing that.
Well, I would push it, but
But who do you think it is pushing that?
Oh, I don't know. Because I can think of mischievous reasons to push that. Non-positive reasons to push that.
Well, this is actually one of my favorite clips ever that was released by somebody trying to hurt this person. It's now Melania Trump, who's apparently backing a Trump Tucker ticket. Do you remember the leaked tapes of Melania complaining about how to set up, having to set up a Christmas thing? Yeah, I didn't. This was released as a hit piece. I still think this makes her look awesome.
I'm working like a my ass off with Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but imagine 100%. You have no choice.
And then I do it, and I say that I'm working on Christmas, planning for the Christmas, and they said, oh, what about the children, that they were separated? Give me a break. Where they were saying anything when Obama did that?
I know.
I cannot go. I was trying to get the kid reunited with the mom. I didn't have a chance. Needs to go through the process and through the law.
But here's my thing. Hear what you just said. But instead of that, if you're messaging, you were so loved.
They would not do the story. We put it out. They would not do the story.
I'm telling you.
You would not believe it.
Oh, by the way, the person there, but it's okay. That's the one who leaked it.
And that's what's sad. I mean, everybody deserves a private moment.
What a bitch.
Everybody deserves but everybody deserves a private moment. And obviously, that was a time where she was confiding in someone she thought she could trust. And that's just.
I'm sure if they're. I know we have so many female listeners, right, Eddie?
We got 3 of them.
But I'm sure there's some women out there, or even if you like doing Christmas and putting up decorations, there are moments you're like, oh, effing Christmas stuff.
Oh,
again.
Dude. That's not just women. That's men.
That's everybody.
And that's not just Christmas. It's whatever at that particular time. Oh, this crap again.
But apparently Melania is backing a Trump Tucker Carlson presidential ticket.
I love the idea of it, sure, but
now this first was revealed to Axios.
Yeah.
Yeah, Axios claims to have a source behind the curtain exclusive how Trump would build his loyal cabinet. But the big takeaway from that is the Melania angle. The source said she believes Carlson, the widely popular former Fox News host, now doing a show, what's it called, Tucker on X?
X, yeah.
Would make a, quote, powerful onstage extension of her husband. That's how Melania thinks of Tucker. In November, Trump was asked whether he would consider Carlson as a running mate, to which he said he would. I like Tucker a lot. I guess I would. I think I'd say I would because he's got great common sense. You know, when they say that you guys are conservative or I'm conservative, it's not that we're conservative. We have common sense. We want to have safe borders. We want to have a wall because walls work.
Yeah. But there are things that those two are going to disagree on that are
right.
Both of them will find a hill to die on, and it'd be better to have a great ally in Tucker, because honestly, that's the way I think it is. Whoever becomes Trump's running mate, vice president, just like Pence, he's just kind of using them. I mean, I don't mean to be ugly.
No, if Tucker Carlson wanted my unsolicited advice, say don't do it. Man. Stay independent. You're doing a good thing.
And I think he would. But someone, that's why we talk about like Vivek not doing it. I think Vivek realizes that too. Even though to me, I see his only way in is via the cabinet or vice president position, I think he sees that as whoever becomes vice president to Trump, at the end of the day, will be on the short end of a stick, one way or the other.
Now, moving away from Trump and conservative Looney Tune world. Excuse me, pardon me. Did I say that? Let's now go to Joe Biden being in a little bit of trouble. Yesterday, somebody actually asked the President of the United States straight up about his working and meeting with Hunter's business partners.
I bet I know what he said.
What did he say?
I bet he called it all BS, didn't he?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Exactly what he said. Let's listen in together.
Also, China, there's polling by the Associated Press that shows that almost 70% of Americans, including 40% of Democrats, believe that you acted either illegally or unethically in regards to your family's business interests. Can you explain to the Americans?
Look at that stare.
Look, man.
He doesn't look good. Anybody telling you that that guy is within his wits is just ridiculous. It's one thing for DeSantis to say Trump's lost some speed on his fastball, which I think he has. Sure. I mean, DeSantis is making a good point there. Father Time is undefeated.
I'm
That's
54.
a good point.
I ain't got the fastball I used to have.
Actually, Kronos was beaten by Zeus. But anyway, look at that stare. Yeah, he's just going.
It's a look of confusion
and the poll question is,
I bet he's gonna
like,
flip.
it's a legit question. But here, let's listen to the full response.
Interest. Can you explain to the Americans, amid this impeachment inquiry, why you interacted with so many of your son and brother's foreign business associates?
I'm not going to comment on that. I did not, and it's just a bunch of lies.
You didn't interact with many of their business associates?
I did not. There's lies.
And he walks on.
Do you think there is any Democrat?
All righty. Well, he didn't want to take that question as much.
Well, he didn't really walk off, Joe. He just
more meandered, Roomba'd off.
Roomba'd off. Found an open door.
Oh, wow. But, here's an exclusive from Fox News. A former business associate of Hunter Biden is pushing back against President Biden after he angrily claimed it was a bunch of lies that he interacted with his son's foreign business associates. Biden was pressed during a press conference. This is what we just played. He said, I love that, by the way. I'm not going to comment. I did not, though.
But they're lies.
But here's my comment.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Quote me on this.
Now, one of Hunter's former business associates reacted to Biden's comments by telling Fox News Digital that his claim was complete malarkey, that Biden's claim was complete malarkey, and said there's plenty of evidence to refute his denial. Fox News Digital has reported extensively on the mounting evidence contrasting Biden's claims, including that Hunter's former friend and longtime business partner, Eric Sherwin, visited the Obama White House and then Vice President Biden's residence dozens of times between 2009 and 2016. Schwerin, or whatever his name is, was the founding partner and managing director of Hunter's now dissolved firm Rosemont Seneca Partners when he was appointed by then President Obama to the Commission for the Preservation of America's Heritage Abroad. In addition to being a key player in facilitating Hunter's Chinese business dealings, Sherwin was also intimately involved with handling the elder Biden's finances. A person familiar with Sherwin's role in handling those finances told Fox News that Sherwin worked on Biden's personal budget and helped coordinate his tax preparers. The individual also pointed to the frequency of Sherwin's communications with Biden and his top aides and said it was inevitable Rosemont Seneca's business came up in conversations. So, yeah, we know what's going on here. Now, why isn't it, anything stuck just yet? Because there is some plausible deniability. Oh, I love my son. We share bank accounts. What's the big deal here? But Biden apparently also met with at least 14 of Hunter's business associates from the U.S., Mexico, Ukraine, China, Kazakhstan, and others over the course of his vice presidency, and was even photographed alongside Hunter, giving some of them a tour of the White House's Brady briefing room.
That's a deep fake.
Oh, right. So 40% of Democrats, it's not just a conservative thing at this point. Everybody can see how old and decrepit he's become, which is in a way sad, but it's also like he maintains, people around him maintain, oh, I'm fine, I'm doing great.
Well, he made a great point yesterday, Joey. He probably wouldn't even run again if Trump wasn't running.
Oh.
That's what Biden said. I probably wouldn't even run again if Trump wasn't running.
But you now have 40% of Democrats saying, yeah, we think he did stuff with his son.
Definitely. And how many Democrats or percentages saying, hey, we got to get him out. We can't let him run again.
There's a large
He needs,
number.
yeah. And at what point?
But this is the game. They do it to the right. They do it to the left. It's like, yeah, we know we suck. But have you seen the other guys?
They suck worse.
We'll help you. We'll save you from the other guys. Yep. But at the end of the day, we're going to continue to do all the big stuff we want to do that we pretend like it doesn't even exist as an issue.
Uniparty.
Don't talk about monetary policy, for instance. Don't talk about the Federal Reserve.
What Federal Reserve?
Don't talk about a reframe of United States foreign policy. You know, maybe after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the so-called failed unipolar moment, we might want to reassess what's kind of the grand strategy of the United States.
I thought we've done that like 10 different times.
No, it seems like we've just kept on doing the same exact thing with pretty much the same exact people, no matter who wins the presidency.
Well, they seem to get together and say, you know what, we look at this situation, we can fix it. We'll in the future, we won't let this happen again. And about every 10 years, we have that same conversation.
Right. And meanwhile, this was actually played last night during the debate as the beginning of a question. Was Trump's moment with Sean Hannity that's driving people crazy all over the official, polite society, especially Democratic circles. I think Joe Scarborough said something to the effect of, there's a sickness with some Americans wanting authoritarianism. What do you mean some Americans, Joe? And it comes across as all Americans are a little too high on the whole political supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you've got a vast majority of Americans on the right and the left, Trump supporters and Biden supporters saying violence is allowable, yeah, I think that's a problem. And just to repeat the point again, I keep repeating, you can have authoritarianism without having a dictator. The mob can be authoritarian. The government of a few, that select club and oligarchy can be authoritarian. And yes, a dictator can be authoritarian. But the idea that we've ended the threat of authoritarianism in America if we just stop Trump, no. It's often the folks claiming that they're fighting tyranny who are just going to be as tyrannical as the bums they kick out. Rinse and repeat. Maybe it's all nonsense and revolution and nonsense again. But here's the clip that's been driving everybody mad, because Trump obviously was being serious here.
We almost have to go to a break. I want to go back to this one issue, though, because the media has been focused on this and attacking you. Under no circumstances, you are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
what?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border and I want to drill.
That's
drill,
not
drill.
That's not retribution.
I'm going to be, he keeps, we love this guy. He says, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one.
Oh, I can't believe he said that.
And we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
So that sounds to me like you're going back to the policies when you were president. All right, take a break. Just getting started. We're in beautiful.
Yeah, the whole point is to mock the people constantly putting that out there. Oh, shut up, Nikki. Excuse me. Maybe I do have a woman problem.
I think you do.
272.
Strong women intimidate you, Joey?
Oh, I tend to like them. Maybe I like being intimidated.
Maybe.
No, I don't want some pushover. I just want somebody with some brains.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
No, I love the Vivek point of just because you have an XX chromosome, it doesn't make you immune from criticism. Thank you.
It's just kind of mean. Supposed to treat the ladies with respect, Joey.
That's just mean. That's a great argument you just gave there. Isn't that what Gore Vidal said to William F. Buckley? That's just mean.
It's just mean.
Yeah. Let's go to Randall. Hey, Randall.
Oh, fellas.
How you doing, buddy?
Looking at down the horizon, do y'all don't see a strong, strong conservative side black man coming up that wouldn't be the side of Trump by I just seen
hold on, slow up. What with Trump?
The vice president. Have you seen a strong conservative black man peep his head up out in the distance by any chance? I didn't know if you know
that would reach the level of VP.
That would do it.
I don't know. I think Trump would need to go to, if he's going to do that, go to like the celebrity world, so to speak.
The Rock?
I don't think Dwayne Johnson wants to do that.
No, I think he learned his lesson. He will stay out of politics.
Because a lot of social media is leaning in Trump, as you see, like the first time was in Georgia when they went through the I guess you want to say the hood, whatever, but they had everybody, on standby, lined up, and it just feels like to me that they really about to show us that there's a two-sided justice system and that they can have cocaine in the White House, but y'all can't have Trump.
Right.
And I think, what I was saying is like if he did have a vice president. And then you see all of these. You see a lot of black men coming to the Trump side right now. A lot of conservatives.
Yep. That's true.
I just feel like they about to show us they about to use Trump as an example to show us there's a two-sided justice system, and there ain't nothing we can do about it. And having a strong vice president. I don't think you can have nobody up there that could be joked on, but maybe a celebrity, but he'd have to be, He had to have a clean pass, you know what I mean? And I just don't know that happened.
But that's why you sometimes would go with celebrity, because all their dirty laundry's already known, and people already know it's a known entity, so to speak. But no, I don't know who's going to end up as Trump's VP. It might be a name we don't even know yet.
Yeah, and I want to say tonight, y'all don't forget, man, Jacqueline Thomas coming out. So we talked at the Coach's Corner, man.
Big party for her tonight.
And man, yeah, show the love, and she's doing it right. You can go outside, inside, and be more like a family reunion. Like, you know what I mean? You can kind of, you don't have to be so, it ain't so churchy. Like, that's one thing I got the other night. Like, great food, if you want to kind of grow that, you got to unchurch it a little bit. Like, make it where we could be outside roaming around or kicking, you know what I mean? A little more, not so intimate, a little more family. I don't know, man. It just felt too churchy. Like, if you moved the wrong way, you know what I mean? What you gonna do?
Are you telling me, Randall, that the Central Alabama Republican Club needs to start having hootenannies?
I ain't saying hootenanny, baby, but you gotta open your arms up a little bit.
No, I think you were saying hootenanny by your reaction. I'm on to you. I appreciate it, Randall.
See you, Randall.
Brother. We'll see y'all.
Love you, brother.
It's one of my favorite words.
Hootenanny?
Hootenanny.
You ever been to a real hootenanny?
No, but my dad would always joke when we go down to the farm in Andalusia, even mess with my Uncle Dave, who's from the big city and stuff. Dave, we're going on a hootenanny. Like, what the hell is that, Gary? It was always fun messing with
It's going to be a good time.
Now we're going to have a hootenanny. That's what we're going to do, yeah.
Yeah.
I love my family. It was a weird cast of characters. Still is, but we kind of gone our separate ways around the country. But 272-9228. This part of the program?
Yeah.
Brought to you by Pest Pro Services.
We talked to East earlier.
Yeah.
He's one of those Pest Pro Service guys.
I know.
I love him.
You're outing him.
Yep. I couldn't help it,
Great dude.
He's a great dude, and he's been part of our community for so long, and so it was great to see him go to work with Pest Pro because we got two great people coming together. And I know how East is. He really takes care of people. Again, he just fits right in that mold with Pest Pro.
They're hiring great folks as they expand. And over the last few years, even through the pandemic, they've expanded leaps and bounds there at Pest Pro Services, which is a testament to how good they are.
Yep.
It really did start with, Ashley and Zach and maybe one other person. It's now expanded into a pretty big operation.
Really good operation. In fact, they were up for an award, Small Business Award in Alabama.
Yeah, one of the best in the state. They were nominated for that. And, of course, at Pest Pro, they can help you with any of your potential pest control problems, especially if you need something specialty like need something specialty.
Like somebody to get rid of those termites that are swarming in your house right now?
Right. Or to prevent the termites in the first place
That's
by
the
laying
best way.
down some bait.
A little bit of prevention, baby.
They can do that there at Pest Pro Services, but I encourage you to make them your everyday pest control company. Get you on a quarterly schedule. They'll understand, your property. They'll be able to make things, make sure things are jam up jelly time.
Yep.
So that number, 265-9990. That's 265-9990. Or you can always go to ppsriverregion.com or search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey and Eddie from News and Views in the Afternoon sent you. More News and Views after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by JB Windows and Siding. Call Jones Brothers. You'll be glad you did.
JB Windows and Siding has what you're looking for.
Put the power of Action 8 News in the palm of your hand. Download the free Action 8 News app to stay on top of breaking news wherever you are. Search for WAKA News in your app store to download the Action 8 News app today. Keep your family safe by watching Action 8 News. Look for 8 on Your Side consumer alerts with product recalls involving cars, food, children's toys, and other items in your home. 8 on Your Side, keeping you safe only on Action 8 News.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. All things considered, a pretty good forecast for December for today and tomorrow. Good bit of sunshine today, still below normal on the temperature with a high around 59. Partly cloudy, chilly tonight, overnight low 38. Tomorrow, a sun and cloud mix, but we're dry, high up to about 66. That's better. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms returning on Saturday with a high near 70. Rain and thunderstorms becoming likely Saturday night into early Sunday as a front moves through. Much cooler on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Web Bobo with Capital Tractor. We can't say thank you enough to every one of you who have made Capital Tractor one of the largest Kubota dealers in the U.S. It's because of you. We're honored, we're humbled, we're grateful. Kubota and Capital Tractor, Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
This holiday season is about more. Not more presents and shopping, more you. That's why at Montgomery Men's Health, we're celebrating the season of connection. Connecting with your family, with true friendships, and with yourself. We're treating erectile dysfunction with the least invasive, most advanced treatment options. We've been the local support team helping men get that spark back in the bedroom, on the job, at the gym, and everywhere life takes you. To celebrate this season of connection, we're giving away free B12 at our Montgomery clinic with every office visit for those who medically qualify. Our commitment is to take care of men, because men who feel alive will change the world. Don't wait to experience the difference our team at Montgomery Men's Health can make. Do it for your career. Do it for your family. Do it for your love life. Do it for you. Because the most meaningful present you can give is a man who is fully present. To give the gift of you this year, call now, 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to set up a consultation and lab panel today.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with the updated market report. Over the past 11 and a half months, over 4,100 homes have sold and closed in our MLS system with an average price of $245,000. Houses are selling at listed price throughout the river region, and over 35% are selling in the first 30 days on the market. Rising interest rates tend to keep some people from buying, but it didn't stop over 4,100 families from buying this year. There is a cost to waiting and expecting rates to fall, and that cost is appreciation, which has been rising nearly every month for the last 2 years. So the house that you delay buying this year could cost you $35,000 more next year, even if the rate falls. One alternative is to buy now, refinance when rates improve, and that way you are not paying more for the house that you really wanted. For the facts, call Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar, and I just want to tell you, if you're in business or got an event coming up and want to do some advertising, wisely spent dollars are spent down here at Blue Water Broadcasting. All the guys are nice, easy to work with, and I see results, I guarantee you.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. Again, that's 272-9228.
Hey, you remember a while back when the Biden administration said they were going to ban menthol cigarettes?
Mm-hmm.
They came out with another story yesterday that said they're going to push that ban on down the road till after the election.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, in their words, they were citing because of anger from black voters. Here's the thing I don't understand. We have choice, freedom of choice. We can drink alcohol. We can drink. Why are you suddenly putting a war on menthol cigarettes? Because you can?
Right. Well, they're not good for people, right?
Neither
so we have to ban it.
Neither is driving. Driving's not good for you. Really unhealthy. Look at the deaths caused by driving.
It really is just frustrating. You find a certain group of folks who are like, well, that's just not good for people. Now let's impose it on everybody else while still maintaining this is a free society.
Well, another thing that killed me was and somebody sent it to me and I forgot to mention it, during Thanksgiving, the vice president's Thanksgiving, hey, I'm here, here's a picture of me and my guy, was next or right behind that was the gas stove, the same gas stove that the Biden administration is trying to ban for us normal Americans.
Right.
What the hell?
No, and this is the masters of the universe who know everything, but this story's just breaking from the Washington Post. They still have that subheadline of democracy dies in darkness. I now pay for the Times and the Wall Street Journal.
I hope you get a tax deduction for that.
I need to look into it because it is miserable. Like after watching the debate, y'all know how I feel if you listen to the first 2 hours, and then I see how the New York Times and how the Wall Street Journal actually cover this. I'm like, we live in different worlds. We might as well live in different countries.
Yes, the different world things. Yeah, I run into that quite a bit.
I have no desire to rule over those people.
No,
at all.
But I have no desire.
I have no desire to rule over pretty much anybody.
But I have no desire to accept their rules either.
Right, but then that's the difference.
I mean, you can do what you want to do. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, and we're good.
Right. That's the part I just don't get.
But they insist that they know best for everybody, and you don't have a right to go do your own thing or create your own community. You have to get with the program because we decided what's best for you.
I want to do bad all by myself.
That's what freedom means, right? But anyway, the Washington Post.
Okay.
Democracy dies in darkness. Trump appeals January 6th immunity ruling. Launches process that may delay trial.
Oh.
Both appeals court and Supreme Court would have to rule on appeals quickly for trial to begin before 2024 election. So this could delay until after the election.
I see.
Though I'm sure they'll come up with some creative way in order as soon as Trump's the actual nominee to try to throw him in prison real quick. But Donald Trump has filed notice today, Thursday, saying he would appeal a D.C. judge's ruling that he was not immune from being charged with federal crimes for his efforts to undo the outcome of the 2020 election, either by his former role as president or the Constitution's rules for impeachment. The notice is a minor procedural step, but it sets in motion one of the most potentially consequential parts of Trump's legal saga as the first former president to be charged with crimes. How and when the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit and the Supreme Court handle his appeal could have a huge impact on whether Trump, who is again running for the presidency, goes on trial before voters go to the polls in 2024 or ever.
So maybe he won't be elected president while he's in jail. Maybe he'll have to face these activities afterwards, Joey. I mean, and then what do we do? What if we found guilty? Then what do we do? We have a president in the jail?
Or he just pardons himself. Trump's legal team says the charges that he conspired to obstruct Joe Biden's 2020 victory should be thrown out for two reasons. First, his lawyers contend that he had presidential immunity. Second, they argue that charging him with trying to block the election results violates the legal principle of double jeopardy, because Trump was already acquitted at his congressional impeachment for his conduct leading up to the riot mar January 6 formal tabulation of electoral college votes. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan Her 48-page opinion last week rejected those claims, as well as a different challenge that said the indictment never should have been filed because it improperly tries to criminalize Trump's constitutionally protected rights to speech and advocacy as a political candidate. So the lawfare continues in the midst of everything else going on in this world. 272-9228. This part of the program, again, brought to you by Dylan Rings. Folks, you got to get by 119 Brown Springs Road.
Yes, you do.
Of course, you can shop from home. Go to the Book of Faces. Type in Dylan Rings or go to Instagram.
Yeah, got some great stuff on there.
And you can see all these amazing Christmas sales they're doing. And it's often unique to each particular jewelry piece.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be a diamond ring. We were just talking about earlier in the show these
good-looking diamond ring too.
Men's diamond rings, and they're fantastic looking. Like it really would fit on a gentleman in your life. And these four they're showcasing on Facebook,
right?
All under $500. Pretty
They're
great
really
deal
nice.
right there. They have some stuff 50, 60% off, and when you're talking about items that started in the $5,000, $6,000 range, talk about a savings,
Big
folks.
break right there.
And, of course, they do it all there at Dylan Rings. They're a full-service jewelry shop. Whether you're looking for custom design or repairs, maybe resetting stones, maybe a cleaning, spa treatments, as they call it.
Good idea.
They can do all that there at Dylan Rings. So, again, you can always go to Facebook or Instagram or go to DylanRings.com, but I really encourage you to stop by that showroom, 119 Brown Springs Road, right here in Montgomery. I remember it because it's where the old Fun Zone used to be, that whole area. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie Ryder, great folks, that Joey and Eddie from News and Views in the Afternoon sent you. Quick break. We'll come back to these calls and others at 272-9228.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot, is that correct?
Yeah, sometime.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes. I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
What'll it be, Joe?
Coffee and apple pie. Whoa, Madge, what was that?
The lights? Oh, they always dim when the dishwasher turns on.
You should call Crosby Electric.
You think?
Overloaded circuits at your business can be dangerous. The experts at Crosby Electric can upgrade your electrical service to safely handle the load. And they can add receptacles where needed to eliminate overuse of extension cords.
Madge, I'd like to pay you. The problem is it's so dark in here I can't read my bill.
No, the problem is you're cheap.
Well, that's a problem too.
Effective, attractive lighting is essential for any business. Crosby Electric can help with a new lighting scheme that will give your business a fresh, exciting look. And they can recommend outdoor lighting for greater safety and security.
That'll be $4.50 for the coffee and pie, Joe.
Well, don't I get anything for recommending Crosby Electric?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Don't put off essential electrical upgrades for your business. Call 272-2085 or visit crosbyelectric.com.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From a little fender bender to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For over 35 years, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. All things considered, a pretty good forecast for December for today and tomorrow. Good bit of sunshine today. Still below normal on the temperature with a high around 59. Partly cloudy, chilly tonight, overnight low 38. Tomorrow, a sun and cloud mix, but we're dry. High up to about 66. That's better. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms returning on Saturday with a high near 70. Rain and thunderstorms becoming likely Saturday night into early Sunday as a front moves through. Much cooler on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At ASE Credit Union, financing your next adventure is easier than ever with rates as low as 5.25%. Apply online or visit your local branch today. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASE.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Let's go to the phones and talk to Papa B. Papa B.
Papa B. Papa B. So, Joey, tell me now, is Trump the only former president to be tried in the regular courts based on accusations while he was in office? Is there any other president that's had to suffer through this nonsense?
No.
Absolutely not. See, now, some wise guy, constitutional wise guy, will have to look this up for me and tell me if I'm right or not. But, a trial by a jury of your peers, I think is what it goes back to.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why you have, the Senate, the House do the impeachment, and the Senate do the, which basically is an indictment, and then the Senate do the, what would it be, the conviction, I guess.
Right.
So that would be a presidential trial by a jury of your peers. So to speak. That's the principle that you go that kind of harkens back to that. Tell me, does that sound right? Is there?
That's the argument Trump's lawyers are essentially making.
Exactly.
And he is the first former president to be charged with crimes.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so, given all of that, extreme precedent by foaming at the mouth, clearly biased judges and prosecutors that can be demonstrated in any number of ways. It should be clear to anybody that this is just not going to hold water. But now that is not and has not stopped them from trying.
Right.
So I guess the reason that they're trying is, like Trump said, it's election interference. They can't think of another way.
Then there's
So
all
they're
sorts of
trying to-
theories around of like they're doing this to actually because the Democrats or establishment want Trump to be the nominee because they think they can beat him once he's in the general.
Yeah.
They're making it's
Right.
like the same bet they made with Hillary and
Right.
Trump. Or there's some
Yeah.
folks saying no, they're really trying to take him out now, and they wanted to take him out now. But the more we do stuff to take him out, the more popular he gets.
That's happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is the shuck and jive show and what is reality?
Yeah.
I think that the latter is probably the reality of it, and I want Trump to be the nominee. What a load of malarkey that is. But anyway, so, I think Trump and his attorneys there have a really salient point, but it doesn't matter. It's still going to go forward. He's still going to be convicted. They're still going to try to throw him in jail. I don't know that they'll actually be able to do that. He'll have to be, go through the appeal first? Would he have to go through the appeal first before he gets hauled off to the pokey?
I would hope
Oh yeah,
think
that's
so.
what they're saying. They've got to do the this appeal now for this just this motion.
Oh,
And I-
yeah.
So we'll see.
Well,
And by the way, in other news, I just wanted to get to this, Papa B, because I mentioned it in the week being all hopeful, and this is what I get for being hopeful. But now Mike Johnson has backtracked. He's now caved to the FBI and the deep state, and many establishment Democrats and Republicans on slipping in the FBI spy power reauthorization into the defense bill.
Oh.
So they're going to reauthorize 702.
Yep. Yeah, they are.
Oh my gosh. Well,
There's no doubt.
believe me when I tell you, you've got a file so thick, Joey, they'll pull it out at any given moment to use it against you. So you did it. You know.
Well, at least I got something thick.
My permanent record.
At least I got something to say. Well, my life counted for something.
Right. Got an FBI file.
All right, guys. Well, listen, have a good one.
You too, man.
You too, Papa B. This part of the program brought to you by XI Repair. And there at XI Repair, Jonathan Strange and his team are ready to help you. Of course, they specialize in smartphone repairs.
Exactly.
And they've helped out so many folks in our audience that we've lost count.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, they've helped us out just personally so many times we've lost count.
Pretty much, Joey. Pretty much.
So cracked screen, water damage, battery not holding a charge, dirty port, maybe you got a virus.
Maybe you're locked out. It happens.
They can help you with all that there at XI Repair.
Or maybe you just want a new phone.
Yeah, they've got some incredible sales for the holidays.
Right.
So where's that shit? 1 second.
And not just iPhones. Yesterday I did the iPhone deal.
Yeah.
They've got some great deals on Samsung.
Yeah,
too.
I'm looking at the Samsung prices now.
Yeah.
Unlocked, 128 gigabytes. They've got the Samsung S23. That's one of the latest ones.
Yeah, I think that's
for
mine.
$559.
Wow. I think that's mine that I paid like $1,200 for. Not
Wow, half price now. But you can still get a great Samsung S20, great
And these are
device
unlocked.
for only $249. Completely unlocked, so you can go with any carrier.
Yep.
And first month free ACO protection.
Like a warranty deal. That's
yeah,
good.
like a protection plan.
Excellent.
And of course, they can also, this is a great idea for the holidays, start a custom-built PC for you.
It's a really good idea.
Starts at about $699.
Okay.
It will depend on what you want in that PC exactly. But I can't think of any better folks to custom build you a PC like that.
Oh, heck yeah.
Maybe for a student that's going off to college, maybe your husband or your wife's a professional,
Mhm.
and they're always complaining about how slow the computer is.
Yeah.
Why not have a custom-built PC?
Good idea.
Maybe you're a gamer. Maybe your kid's
You really
a gamer.
want
Maybe
that
you
custom
are.
PC, yeah.
All right. They can do it all there at XI Repair. So check them out today. You can always call them at 777-1234 or go to xirepair.com. And be sure to tell those fine folks there at XI Repair that Joey and Eddie from News and Views in the afternoon sent you. More news and views. After this, hopefully we'll have Ray Bowles of Prattville Carpet.
That's right.
Joey Clark.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better Business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Dr. Pershing's Chiropractic Clinic now offers EPAT, body sound wave therapy, commonly used to treat plantar fasciitis, osteoarthritis, frozen shoulder tendonitis, and back pain. This non-invasive procedure does not involve needles or surgery, and results are seen within only a few treatments. Been in an accident? Dr. Pershing's Chiropractic Clinic on Vaughan Road in Montgomery also offers spinal decompression and laser therapy. He's been in the business for over 35 years. Log on to drpershing.net or call 334-676-1490 for your appointment today.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
how you conduct yourself in a democracy?
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Final moments here of news and views on a Thursday. What you grinning about over there?
My lovely wife sent me a funny meme.
As much as we make jokes, she is pretty awesome, right?
Puts up with me.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, let's give credit where credit's due. Putting up for me for like 20-something years. She needs a vacation.
Now, the side eye is always funny when I hang out with you two at the same time.
Is there a lot of that going on?
Not a lot. Just sometimes you'll do a thing where I'll just look at her and she's just like, it's not even that big of an expression.
Right.
It's just like,
let you know.
Yeah. And it's not necessarily unique to y'all. That's just anybody you know really well. But
yeah, one day her face is going to get stuck that way, and it's just going to be the permanent side eye. You guys will know why.
Let's go to Ray. Hey, Ray.
How you
Ray
doing,
Bowles
Ray?
of Prattville Carpet.
Man, how are y'all doing?
Hanging in here like a hair and a biscuit.
Me too. I'm in Opelika trying to make my way back to Montgomery. The World of Carpet, man, we go everywhere.
Yeah,
you can
buddy.
hear us, we'll come to you. And I don't even charge truck cars to come over here to measure. I just come over out of the goodness of my heart. That's what kind of guy I am. Just don't mind. Give me.
Well, you're a straight up business guy, Ray, and if you want the return, you've got to put out some effort, and a lot of people don't do that, but you do every time.
Or sometimes I just want to get out of the office.
Trying to sell you, man.
I don't know how these guys, anybody works in the office, in the cubicle all day.
Right.
Ooh, no, the Lord didn't design me for all that. I'm too
Right.
hyper for it. Sometimes you just got to get in your truck and drive. There's a reason I put a 40,000 miles on this thing.
Oh, wow.
Matter of fact, I just looked down and I said I have 40,055 miles and I hadn't had it a year yet.
Man.
Woo.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you're
but
selling
hey,
carpet,
you
not
know
that
what?
truck. Yeah.
That's because we have a really loyal listening audience all over the place. And they have been really good to us. And we really appreciate it. It's been a great year this year. And there's still time to take care of the sale. So call us at 285-8117.
Again, that number for Prattville Carpet, 285-8117. You heard it here, folks. That will literally go the extra mile. And when you call 285-8117, be sure to tell them you heard Ray Bowles on the air with Joey and Eddie, those dopes on the radio.
Dope.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
You too, Ray. Be careful, buddy.
272-9228. So did we learn anything today, or are we just reiterating what we already know?
Well, I learned that I'm tired of the debates. I think I'm tired of watching each other. They bash themselves. There's
Right.
nothing for nobody when the real candidate's not even participating in the debates.
I've learned that I'm right about Brian Kilmeade.
So, I'm going to try to get you two together.
I don't think that would be
a
pretty,
therapy
Eddie.
session.
No, I would turn into like a scorned woman.
Oh.
You know how they do they do the whole like,
don't I know? You're asking me, don't I know? Buddy, I know.
For folks who don't know, I'm completely turned away from Eddie.
Yes.
Paying attention to not him at all. Not at all.
Hell hath no fire or fury like a woman scorned. And I've experienced that on several levels.
We also learned that Trump's probably going to be the guy still.
Yep, looking that way.
That Joe Biden, despite 40% of Democrats now thinking he did do some dirty deals with his son, those are just lies, man.
Got no comment,
Just
but those are
lies.
lies.
I'm wondering when it'll be after the holidays, or maybe it'll be kind of a Christmas surprise that Joe's not doing well.
I think it's going to be after the holidays. I
Yeah.
really do. I think after first of the year, I think things are going to start changing.
I maintain they're going to actually wait until after Super Tuesday. They're going
Oh.
to wait after March.
Hold out that
to
long.
where he clearly has all the delegates.
Yeah.
Then something happens. That way, the DNC can handpick whoever the hell they want.
I meant to ask you earlier.
Be Hillary Clinton again?
If Gavin Newsom isn't running, why did they do a debate?
Right.
I've been meaning to ask you that.
It's like a trial balloon.
Did we get shot down? That trial balloon?
It's not doing well.
Good.
No, the beautiful thing, and it's something you learn every day, but you got to watch this development, this long trend slowly, is X is a big deal.
Oh,
Under
definitely.
Elon Musk, that is becoming a bigger and bigger deal as we head into an election year. Having that independent outlet, independent from the usual corporate cabal that runs political media in this country,
They might go
it's a
broke.
beautiful thing.
They might go broke. All these advertisers are leaving.
Well, Elon says GFY to that.
You're right. You are right, my friend.
Hey, we're done.
We're done for the day?
Yeah.
Greg and Rosie. And Rosie's looking so beautiful today.
Yeah, she is. Hey, Rosie. Happy hour. They're next.